again. Hello, all of my incredible, amazing, beautiful friends out there. You guys are so freaking awesome. You know that? Why? Hey, you know why. You know why. I'm joking, guys, but not joking about you guys. You guys are seriously the best, and we appreciate you guys. If you guys are tuning in with us, whether it is live right now in chat, we have a couple friends. We have our amazing friend, our favorite Jaegerist, that would be Jacob HiCTPH, and then we have our incredible OG friend, that is Eddie Hinson. What is up, Eddie? What is up, Jacob? Hope you guys are both doing well. And if you are listening to us at a later time, by chance, listening to us when the episodes get published. Maybe you're listening to us, you're on a nice little road trip. Maybe you're listening to us, you're at work, or maybe you're listening to us at, I don't know, just at home. You guys are just vibing. You guys want to go and listen to our, just amazing voices. We talk about just an amazing anime. Well, I want to say, what's up? I want to say how are you, just hi, and I hope you guys are all doing well. And you guys see here, joining me, of course, are my two co-hosts, my two amazing friends. That would be the amazing Lexamundos. What is up, Lex? And of course, the talented Zach Attack. Zach is here with me. Zach's born a new angle.
I know.
Let us know what you think in chat. Do you like it?
Do we go back to the old one? Do we keep this one?
He looks different.
He's like, we don't like change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's all right, guys. We'll go ahead and we'll switch up all of our looks. Imagine we just a whole new aesthetic. It's not even just the camera angle we show up, but just like a whole different like aesthetic and stuff.
One day.
There we go. Of course, joining us. Well, not of course, and welcome the beautiful zebra cakes. What is up? Rub olive oil on your head. Interesting. Okay, that is just some word of advice from the amazing zebra cakes. And yeah, nothing else to say but that.
She was saying that to Jacob.
Yeah.
Bro, I shaved my head. I have so much more confidence, dude. With the
okay. Let's. Maybe I should have read that one. Hell yeah. So
yeah, bro, I shaved my head. I have so much more confidence, dude. With hair loss, I always look back at selfies under to where my hairline was.
Okay.
And Eddie says womp womp womp. And that's what zebra cake says. Rub
olive oil on your head. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I was on minoxidil. Yeah, I'm good. Zebra cakes, thanks. So I don't like the idea of having.
He goes, I'm good, zebra cakes. Thank you. I don't like the I would need something in the rest of my life. Well, awesome. First off, I want to say that is that's a brave thing to do, man. Anytime anybody has to go ahead and do something that requires kind of like substantial change and stuff, and like it's a big thing. A lot of people go ahead and they in the day and age of social media and just everything, man, I mean, we all just care so much about our physical appearances and all that, and for you to go ahead and essentially claim that power and then feel comfortable about doing it and embrace it, like it's an incredible thing. And yeah, man, just embrace the look, before you know it, the new look isn't going to be the new look. That's just going to be your look, and just do what everybody does. Go ahead and shave the head and grow the beard.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's beard time, bro.
It's beard time,
Hair's just got to transfer over.
Yeah, there you go.
But thanks for being so honest with us, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, you also too, you can go ahead and give Zach some tips as well, because we all know Zach's going to lose his hair in the future. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, man, we're all going to bald one day.
It's just a running joke and all that.
Bro,
I literally, last week, I gave you a compliment on your hair, and you decided to hide your hair today.
I did hide it.
You decided to hide.
You made him insecure. Stop talking about it. Stop perceiving me.
No, Zach's got an incredible head of hair, but
the rest of the podcast.
Also, Jacob, that's again, shout out to Jacob.
They can't see me.
Yeah, man, just go ahead and claim that power, man. That's your quirk. That's your devil fruit. It's called confidence. That's what it is, man. Mm-hmm. No, but we do appreciate you, man, and yeah. So
he said, I've been getting lots of compliments, and that's my look. I got a beard, bro.
There you go.
Yo.
There you go.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Love it. Right on. So we are going to continue on with the story, guys. We are going to be officially starting episode 6, season 4. This episode's name is The Warhammer Titan. We finished off the declaration of war, and man, what an episode was that. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys were able to go ahead and listen to that episode when the episode became published, because it
was a good Friday night.
Somebody put in a lot of effort and just took full advantage of the opportunity and did an incredible job. And I want to say, man, Lexi, your narrating was awesome.
You're talking about me?
No, let's give a shout out to Zach, man. The Willy Tyler. Lexi, your narrating was also really, really good. But Zach, again, Zach, like literally when we knew that this episode was coming, he was like telling me like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be practicing. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna like trust me. And
in the factory.
and Zach did it. Yeah, you did an awesome job, man.
Well, he
and,
has more now.
He does have, he has a lot more.
Let's go.
If you guys are excited about
This
that,
episode, Willy is gone.
you're gonna be excited
Yeah.
about this episode because Zach's got a whole lot of lines. It's gonna be a lot of Willy.
It's Willy's last hurrah.
Literally is this is his final bow as the Twitch episode is named.
In his nature, he always has to get the last word in. Huh?
That's what it is, man. You know. But I'm excited for us to go ahead and cover this episode. And again, Zach, you did a phenomenal job last week, and I hope you guys were able to go and check that out again. Please, I cannot stress it enough. Check out that episode because obviously we know that episode was like that was the peak right there. Like you guys wanted that episode for season 4, so now nowhere to go but downhill from here.
I know, right?
You know. No, we talked about it. We have some good episodes to go ahead and cover some good moments. There's gonna be some good kind of cliffhangers and
action
and plot twists and all that. But yeah, that episode's a lot of fun. I myself love to go ahead and kind of embrace that that version of Aaron and how he is just in such control. And we're as we cover these episodes, we're understanding like really how control he's in, and so it's fun to go ahead and kind of play that character that is the kind of like protagonist slash villain, but he's doing what he can for the world, and not just necessarily for the world, but primarily just for the freedom of his homeland. And yeah, it's great stuff, man. So a lot of fun, and we do have a poll question. It's a poll question. Yeah, we have a poll question to go ahead and cover in this episode, which is I'm interested to see what the results are. I believe I hinted at it last week, and I wanted you guys to go ahead and think about it. I want you to really kind of marinate in it, and to go ahead and just, I don't know, think about
some pretty solid answers.
just think about the original or the sequel. So I'm excited to go ahead and see what the results are. I honestly have no idea what the results are going to be, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Eren Yeager just resonates a lot of people, and I feel like that's going to be like the if we know the declaration of war is going to be like that's the one that was a lot of people were waiting for. I'm willing to bet that well, we're going to go ahead and get some high numbers over on that one. Maybe I'm going to be surprised. Maybe you guys like the original. Maybe Bertel did it better. Who knows? But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in chat for my friends that are here. Let me know what you guys have been up to this week. If you guys did anything fun, if you have any fun plans coming up. We're getting close to like St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Me and Zebra Cakes were talking about it. Like March, like why is it flying by so fast?
I know, we're already almost a quarter through the year, man.
I'm like, it is. It's already the 6th, and I could have sworn I was like.
It's because February only had 28 days.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. And Jacob is screaming out to the high heavens, One Piece!
We're almost back, bro.
Yeah. We're almost back. I need to get back on that. I need to feel that excitement of just like starting that episode and just being like, damn, let's find out what happens. Are either of you watching anything? Like,
I watched all of Baby Reindeer in one day.
What? Wow.
If you guys have never seen Baby Reindeer, don't watch it.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch it.
Right, you weren't a fan?
No, it's too good, and I cried for way too long.
Really?
It's too. I'm really desensitized to like physical injuries and physical trauma.
Yeah.
It's emotional trauma I can't watch.
Yeah.
And I literally was on FaceTime with Luca because he called me right when I literally right when I finished watching it.
Really?
He FaceTimed me.
Wow.
He FaceTimed me and I was crying. He was like, "What's wrong?" I was
You
like,
know,
"I just watched it."
you know who else is crying? Kyron, because Kyron just worked a 12-hour shift.
Oh, hi,
What's
Kyron.
up, Kyron?
He's watching the
Kyron,
boys.
welcome to the show. Kyron is,
boys.
of course, our captain, Kyron. And
Oh, Fear is so good.
yeah, Zebra Cakes did start that. And yeah, Kyron's watching The Boys. Ooh, that's a show right there, man.
It is.
It's either you love
that
it or you
one's
hate
crazy
it.
too.
You love it or you hate it.
Dude, that one I could watch because it's like physical
Yeah,
violence.
yeah. So I mean,
Except for Kimi.
did you watch what awards was it? Was it the Screen Guilds or was it the SAG? I think it was the SAG Awards. Where did you see those by chance? I know that recently what was it, like the Oscars was recent?
The Oscars were recent.
So I think a week before that was the SAG Awards. And,
I didn't see them, but I heard about it.
Me and Zebra Cakes watched it, and I believe the actor, the one who played Martha, won an award for her performance.
She did a good job.
And I remember her category, right? It pretty much was like, I don't want to go ahead and say the wrong thing, but I want to say it was like.
That was an accident. I accidentally just pressed the.
I want to say it was.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I know that she was in a category against some heavy hitters.
Dang.
Heavy hitters.
Good for her.
Like.
She did a good job.
I know.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I mean,
they all did a really good job there.
She did a phenomenal job. I mean, so it was cool for her to go ahead and get recognized for her performance. And I remember when me and Zebra Cakes watched that, we were just like literally, like, we just couldn't get enough of it. We just had to go ahead and keep watching and just to go ahead and see what happened and stuff.
Of Baby Reindeer?
Yeah, and for us, it was there were so many different things that happened obviously in that series, and then there's so many like really
heavy,
dark
topics.
and heavy stuff for sure. But the portrayals and everything are just so good. But it's especially when you find out that the guy who is playing the main character, who is essentially the victim, and you realize his journey is that that's him.
Genuinely
like, that's him. He experienced that. And
that's him.
That
I
was
found
his
that out
life.
right after, and then I started crying again.
Yeah, and that was his life. And
while I was watching it during a very specific episode, I had to stop it in the middle of the episode and just walk away because I couldn't stomach it anymore.
And just think about
I just couldn't do it.
Think about I mean, to go ahead and relive all that and stuff, but also like think about his acting.
Yeah.
Like,
I tried to like reframe it in my brain so that it wouldn't hurt me so bad. I was trying to reframe it as like, this is him taking his power back.
Yeah.
Like now he has the say in the situations rather than him being abused and assaulted.
Sure. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to go ahead,
and he won an Oscar for it, didn't he?
I don't know. I didn't watch the Oscars.
Not this recent Oscars, like when it first came out a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then why are they still doing the awards then for Baby Reindeer? Oh,
I don't know, because I think it came out a year ago or two. A year or two ago.
Interesting. Zebra Cake said Bridgerton won nothing. Clearly, nobody watched. Yeah. I think Bridgerton.
I heard Bridgerton is really good at it.
Bridgerton is definitely highly recognized. I mean, it was up for a lot of awards. It just so happened that, there's other stuff that people, I guess, I don't know.
Oh, I also watched all of Squid Game, the second season.
Oh,
You were pissed, right?
Last episode
Yeah.
You were pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know, Kyron, where you at in The Boys? Is that something you just started, or are you like on one of the later seasons?
What season?
Yeah. Where you at right now in The Boys? Me and Zebra Cakes have been watching Love is Blind.
Nice.
New episodes tomorrow. We get to go ahead and see the weddings and see who.
Early season
What?
2.
Early season 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Damn,
Wow,
you were
you're
in for some
it, bro.
crazy
It's
shit.
gonna be a good ride.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. Go ahead and watch it.
Dude, yeah,
It's
but
gonna
I
be
hope you have
like-
the time because you're not going to want to just stop episodes once they get to
Oh
their
my
cliffhanger.
gosh, I don't even want to guess. Just Jabe goes, guess who I love in The Boys?
Yeah, he loves Homelander.
He's gonna be a Homelander
He
guy.
loves
for
Homelander.
sure, no doubt, 100%.
Him and his what?
Avatar The Last Airbender or Avatar James?
Me and my fiance.
You and your
Just-
what?
Oh, yeah, your
Say it
fiance.
again.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Mary.
Shout out again.
Say it again.
How does that sound, Kyron? How does that sound to go ahead and I know it probably sounds right for you and stuff,
fancy.
Dang.
My wife.
Seen a little bit of Love is Blind.
Ang. Yeah, The Last Airbender.
Okay, marriage, yeah.
I'm still watching
Yes, sir.
Korra.
Yep. It's already crazy and weird and scary. Yeah, it's just gonna get even scarier, even weirder. It's gonna get crazier, and it's gonna be very unsettling. And yeah,
You're like a real adult.
I think we're getting an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie when they're the core 4 adults somewhere at the end of this
Really?
year. Next
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Like animated.
Yeah.
sounds so different. Like crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy series. But I mean,
I think he's
so
talking
exciting.
about his engagement, AJ.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's crazy too. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's like Zuko. Crazy.
It's so different, dude. Life is crazy.
Uncle Hyro.
Yeah, Uncle Iroh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy for you, man. Oh,
that's
we
great.
expressed obviously
I'm gonna be
when you
smiling
gave us
all
the incredible news.
episode.
It's gonna be an incredible chapter for you, man.
Love is awesome.
We're happy for you.
Love is awesome.
That is Captain Kyron. Captain Kyron of the Attack to Talk Levi squad.
Does this mean he's retiring?
No, of course not.
No, he just leveled up.
You're back on TikTok, bro.
Right on. Awesome. Literally, you are not Homelander, bro.
No, bro.
If you are, then we are blocking your ass right
Yeah,
now.
if you're Homelander, then we don't want any part of that.
Yeah, we don't want any of that Homelander.
If Homelander becomes your profile picture, bro.
Blocked.
Yeah. Good stuff. Lex, Zach, anything fun this past week? Anything you guys been up to? Same old.
Same old, basically.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Went out clubbing, and today Blue decided to basically stomp my skull in. So I'm battling concussion symptoms right now, but hey, we're here.
Oh, damn. Wow.
I got earplugs in.
Yeah.
I took Motrin, but I'm feeling extremely foggy. So
yeah, well,
I'm here.
Well, we appreciate you, Lex, being here over on the pod.
Whatever.
We're like, damn, I mean, you're going through it right now. But I wasn't, yeah. So good thing
so
you.
mad at Blue right now.
It's a good thing Lexi's got a few lines today.
He doesn't know his own strength, man.
Surprisingly, he's very stout. He's very like.
Yeah, he's Bill. He's dense.
He just be stomping.
Yeah.
He just be rumbling, bro. He just be rumbling.
Like I was laying in my bed playing tug of war with the
milk
rope.
expires the 8th, yeah. And we're not even going to be home.
Girl, that's Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Like, we just got it. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's because you guys have lactose in your milk. Expires quickly with lactose. If you just got lactose free, it tastes the exact same way, and it lasts like a month longer. But AJ won't do it because he doesn't think it tastes the same.
Yeah. Also, too, they're doing some sort of like renovations over at our place. So, like everybody. So it's funny. Like they literally gave us a notice. Everybody the notice the day before. So they're gonna go ahead. Like we're gonna be working on renovating stuff over on a Thursday.
Find somewhere else to live.
And so,
cool.
And so we're staying with my
notice. Like how loud is the noise?
Well, essentially what they're doing is they're paving asphalt over on the parking lot and stuff and all that. You know, essentially the parking lot it's pretty bad. I mean, there's a lot of maybe it's just because of weather and stuff like that, but I mean, there's a lot of like potholes and stuff and all that. So I think they're just gonna go ahead and just get it all completely like redone. But giving somebody like a day's notice is crazy.
You should demand some time or a discount on your month's rent.
Maybe, but
That means we're having a sleepover now.
And so, yeah, me and Zebra Cake's gonna be staying over with my folks, with my parents.
No, not the homeless.
Yeah, coming straight to y'all because we're homeless tonight. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow, which is funny because it's raining in California. So the notice also said that, you know, like weather permit, right? So like if weather allows. And so we got another notice today, and I went ahead and I looked because I had to go ahead and get everything, get Nico and stuff, you know, to come on over to my parents. And well, it said that essentially they started the first section they were working on, didn't finish it, so they're going to continue working on that section tomorrow, and then the final section they're going to start tomorrow is postponed until a later date, and they're going to have to let us know.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, how are they repaving it in the rain? That's just going to make it worse.
The thing is too is that
how it got ruined.
You have a weather app.
Yeah.
Like, can you not go ahead and see throughout the week whether it's going to rain or not? Like, that's one thing me and Zebra Cakes talked about. We're like, yo, like, you know it's going to rain. Why are you going to go ahead and start working on repaving a freaking parking lot?
Just to have to postpone it anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then it's going to rain Monday through Thursday next week.
Yeah.
It's I don't get it.
PE is going to be a lot of movie days.
Oh, the kids are
That's right.
for that.
Also,
The kids hate it, actually.
Also,
oh, yeah. They want to get out.
if you can, Lex.
I want to sit still.
Stuff's here.
Oh, yeah, I'm going. I got to eat something.
Did you tell them how I've been feeding them? Oh my gosh.
She turning into Squirrel Girl.
So yeah, she's turning into Squirrel Girl. So
Squirrel Stampede.
there's like two like squirrels
transgression
that we go ahead and we see over on our yard area, and sometimes there's more than two, but it seems like regularly these two squirrels.
Yeah.
And so I came home one time from work, and all of a sudden I noticed that there was like chopped up little like peppers, and also there was like little baby carrots just out over in the grass. I'm like, baby, did you leave the food out there and stuff like that? Like, and then she goes, oh yeah, I've been feeding the squirrels. I was like, oh, okay. And this is something I had no idea that she was doing. And she said, like, because we have like one of those kind of like ring cameras and stuff, you know. And she goes, well, I mean, if you look over at the camera, you'll see that I'm feeding the squirrels. Thank you. And so she's squirrel girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Squirrel
She's squirrel girl. No, those squirrels they're pretty chunky. So they be eating good.
I'm sure plenty of people are like, oh, let me leave something for them.
Yeah, the squirrels, they be eating good. And
they found
I think it's a nice
paradise.
It's a nice thing.
Speaking of animals, I've been seeing a lot more hawks down here lately.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the fires.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
I'm like scared to let my cat out.
At PE now, all the kids will just
stare at them. Yeah.
And they see like the crows attack them and stuff.
Nature being nature.
This morning when I was walking to my car, right, all of a sudden I hear like quacking, like meh, 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 meh. And then next thing you know, I walk closer to the pool.
Are they migrating?
And then the next thing you know, they were just, there was like 4 ducks chilling in the pool. And then the moment I walked closer to try to get around the pool, they went ahead and they just started freaking. They just took off.
Oh.
Saw them flying. I was like, no, come back.
Breaking the fourth wall. Whoa,
Thank you. There just be animals all around.
Just be careful. Those squirrels are gonna get fat, and they're gonna want to move in.
I know they're gonna start waiting at your door for you to open up. Nico's not gonna like that.
It's gonna be like that Roadrunner with my grandpa.
No, I know. Seriously,
we need an update on that story at some point.
Last time my parents visited,
he's still
showing up at 3:30 sharp.
Oh, that's awesome.
My dad said that he was out there. I don't remember what he was out there doing. I think he was out there taking out the trash, and he heard it fly right onto the top of the wall, like the fence, right around.
Really?
And Dad was like, "Oh, it's 3. Guess he's getting ready."
A little early, scoping out the scene.
Yeah. Grandpa's got a friend.
well, cheers to our friends out there who are joining us in dinner.
Thank you, gracious host.
Thank you.
The new Invincible episode came out today. That shit was a banger.
What is this lore?
Our neighbor found out and called animal control on her pet squirrel. Wow. That's honestly messed up.
You guys want to hear some crazy lore? My neighbor killed my dog.
What?
Like when I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, when you were a kid?
Yeah.
That's what you meant recently. I was like,
No, not recently. No, I wouldn't be laughing if it was recent.
I don't know, man.
No, that was like.
People be coping differently. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I giggle a lot. That was like 6th grade.
They poison your dog?
No, it was like we left in the morning. She's fine. We went to Disneyland. About 2 hours later, me and my dad come back. And we had 2 dogs at the time. One of them runs up to us and is like trying to lead us into the garage. So we go in the garage and she's just laying there with like a pinprick of like blood on her chest, just like there.
What?
Yeah. And our neighbor used to call the cops on us because his dog would bark and it'd make our dog bark, and he'd call the cops on us for our dog barking.
Bro, your dog is the problem.
Yeah, the whole cul-de-sac doesn't like him.
Wait, so what did he do exactly?
Well, I mean, we don't know for sure, but
you know that
we're pretty. My dad's like my dad's like 90% sure it was him. He's like confronted him about it. And like, I'm pretty sure it's him. Yeah. Lore.
Eddie got kicked out of the gym? What happened?
What?
Why'd you get kicked out of the gym?
For listening to Attack the
Was it
I know he was
because of listening to us?
It gave him too much aura.
He's getting too hype.
Listening to our fucking mukbang.
I know.
My first
Bro's
burrito
benching
locals
for his
tacos,
life,
and
hearing
it's
us
my new
smack our
fave thing.
lips.
Oh, so good on me. Oh, they're closed. That's what it is.
Nah, tell him you got.
Damn, the gym
7 more
closed at
minutes.
7?
What the heck?
That's interesting.
UFC's 24 hours on weekdays.
What kind of gym we talking about here?
Oh, school gym.
Super.
You're too muscular, bro. You're embarrassing everyone else. Oh, the school gym. That's what I was thinking. It has to be like a school gym. Because mine would close at 9:30, and I was supposed to enforce it. So I would enforce it, and then I would go into the gym at 9:30 because I would have the whole gym to myself.
Damn.
Because I worked there. And I would have the security guard let me in.
Well, it's not like you're allowed to enjoy it during your day. When do they expect you to enjoy
Yeah.
it?
Oh, that's true.
And I remember one time I had the security guard let me in. And he was like, technically, you're not supposed to be in here. And I was like, technically, I'm an employee. He was like, you're right. Have a good workout. I was like, thank
There
you.
you go.
You were like,
You're a Jedi
we
mind
both
trick.
work here.
Yeah. I was like, dude, we both work here. He was like, oh, okay.
Oh my God, armed and dangerous. Again. Again. I kind of want to get Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh. AJ has to get on it because Luca and Marco
Oh.
won't stop fucking playing it.
What?
I'm
Dude,
losing my gaming friends.
I've
and they
been-
want you to play so bad, AJ.
I've been trying to convince Tesca. Hey, get
But
it,
then
bro.
do
Tesca
something.
won't get that shit. We can have a 4-stack.
It would be something you would really like. AJ.
You get a little
What?
pet
It's
cat
not
called a
an
palico.
You get a cat. Get to customize your
Hold
character.
up. You know what? We have
You go
have
around the wilderness
devices.
and you just hunt monsters and you can like sell stuff and you can like.
You literally just beat the shit out of giant monsters with your own little calico pet and your friends with a variety of weapons with a bunch of different visual stimulating moves.
Yeah, Luca's basically playing its magic.
It's a
he's like this
series.
he's this really buff
Pretty cool, actually.
girl, and he's got a giant sword.
Here, you can be Levi Ackerman. Have you seen this?
Wait, what? You can be Levi in that game?
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
the
I just turned it
gameplay.
off. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, I've only seen the camp.
I haven't seen gameplay, so I have
Oh
no
my
idea.
god,
You can be
Levi.
Levi Ackerman. Oh, he does it. He goes all the way back up.
Yeah, work Levi.
Here. Check that out real quick. Oh, what? Mm-hmm. So get it, because it's not competitive. It's just kill monsters with your friends.
Yeah, don't worry, AJ. It's not.
This is on just any gaming console?
Yeah.
Huh?
Damn.
It's
that's pretty cool.
$70, bro.
Luca has it
Yeah.
on his PlayStation. Marco has it on his Xbox, and they
I'm-
play all
Does
the.
anybody else in chat? Do you guys play Monster Hunters? Is that what it's called?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster Hunter
It's a
Wilds?
series.
There's
There's a
Monster
lot of
Hunter,
them.
the game. I'm pretty sure you used to play it because I remember you having like a cat in one of the games.
There's Worlds.
Like a
There's the
custom
OG. Here.
but I think
Monster
it's
Hunter
been a
series.
series since like 2007
Yeah.
or something.
Interesting.
This is just the newest game.
Yeah, here, let me pull up the series.
Eddie said he used to on PS4.
That's when I played was PS4 and
Monster
PS3.
Hunter, but couldn't really get into it. Interesting. What was the reason why, Kyron? I'm kind of curious.
It can be very daunting.
Yeah, why weren't you into it, Kyron? Well, also he's saying the last one.
No, the last one was like.
I didn't hear anything about the last one, but this one, oh my god.
So there's Monster Hunter Wild, Monster Hunter Rise, World, Now, Stories, Hunter 2, XX, and G.
What is Zebra saying?
Your caps is making me scared. Talking about Jacob.
All caps, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilds has been like apparently the bee's fucking knees.
Yeah.
I saw a video where the dude literally misses his combo, is about to get body slammed, and this cat pushes him out of the way and takes
Really?
the body slam from this giant.
What the heck?
behemoth.
So you fight with your calicos.
Yeah,
Wait, Zebra Cake's about to play too? Damn. Okay. I'll play Zebra
do it.
Cake's
You
play.
get a little cat.
Oh. There, you guys can do it together.
Yeah.
They're bipedal. They're bipedal cats.
They are. I played Rise, but it was overwhelming with the content. The same reason I stopped playing Breath of the Wild. Everything came at me at once.
Yeah.
Okay, it got overstimulated.
Yeah.
I get it, man.
That's kind of how I felt at the beginning of Elden Ring. It's just like you can go wherever you want.
That's why you have to go little by little. That's how I felt with Marvel
I felt
Rivals.
with Elden Ring too.
And I just now recently with Marvel Rivals, literally yesterday, figured out how to look through missions and figured out how to customize. Because Marvel Rivals, the text is so small. There's so much going on. You unlock comics, items, galleries, emotes, sprays. There's level up to specific players. There's daily missions, monthly missions, and Battle Pass.
I don't even know half the functions of that game. I just let it be.
I know. I'm like, oh, quick play, only 1 second queue time, yay! Like, that's why I've never looked through it, because the queue time, you don't have time to look through anything with that.
The queue time is like the best part, in my opinion.
There is no queue time. It's an instant start.
Even comp is like max 3 seconds.
Yeah, seriously, I'll queue for comp, and then like, it'll load for like 20 seconds. And me and my friends are like, why is it taking so long this time?
I know.
Meanwhile, with Overwatch, we would literally take 10 minutes to load into some wide comp matches, for sure.
Okay, you're getting Monster Hunter Wilds. I've set my mind to it. This is gonna be.
Those are the kind of games where I would only play if I was playing in a group.
No, I definitely have games like that too.
Since Marco and Luke have already been playing, they already know the steps that you need to take. You're good, bro.
What is that? I was on what?
Gaia, talking to people 3 times my age. What is Gaia?
Gaia.
I have no idea.
Is that another game?
Should we unpack that?
That's like one of those PC games that was like before security.
We're all just
Gaia Online? Oh my god. Oh,
we all just
Gaia.
like literally frozen in our seats. Gaia?
Gaia?
Oh my gosh, what is this? They're all so cute and chibi.
Is Monster Hunter open world? I mean, obviously you have like your camp, right?
I don't know if Wilds is. I mean, when I played the last one, it was like you would go to different like islands in a sense. Like you go to different territories and those have their own little pockets. Kind of like Legends Arceus, where you just go to a territory, that territory loads in and you get like full.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know if Wilds is.
That seems a lot more doable. It's funny, I was clowning on Luca the other day because he was showing me his character. And I was like, you made your character a pretty girl.
Yeah,
what's going on there?
It's an open world game.
And he was like, I promise you, this is the only outfit that like isn't fan servicey. And he was like, you want to see fan service? Look what happens when you sell something or when you get something. You make something because you have like a blacksmith, and every single time you make something, it shows her scene of her making it, and there's always like a top-down view of her
Oh my
cleavage.
gosh!
At least
why
like for 1 second.
Why do you choose to go ahead and be a girl?
Well, that's the blacksmith. The blacksmith is already a girl with cleavage.
It's just
But
in-game
Luca
fan
chose to be a
service.
girl because he was like, all of their cosmetics are better than the guys. So he was like, they have
There
more
are.
detail. So I chose to be a girl.
There's more care put into them. I wonder why.
Yeah, because everyone wants to be a pretty little girl.
No one wants to design it. No dude wants to design a dude and be like.
But it's funny because his girl like has a full-on mask, is covered in feathers. Like all you could see are her thighs, and like that's it. That's all you need.
Wow.
A man of culture.
All right.
Z to A, I know, bro. Z to A is gonna be lit.
I think what we can
Pokemon
do
Z to
now.
A. It's like the next Legends Arceus, the open world, but it's Gen 6. It's the first Pokemon like open world game. Where it's
Oh, is that the one you were really excited about?
How was it?
Right.
It was fucking great.
Oh, really?
I caught every Pokemon and I caught God and put him in a little ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
It was great because the only way you get Arceus is if you catch every Pokemon, and any Pokemon is accessible in the open world. You just have to know where to go, the time, like the right.
Yeah.
And you can like do research while you're doing it too if you see them in battle and stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was so great. And now in this new one that they're releasing, there's a new battle mechanic. You can move your trainer mid-battle and have your Pokemon dodge attacks now. And then you can just double up. Like the combat system is going to be so interactive.
Okay.
It looks like an anime battle. It's so fun. And there's like ranges to the moves and everything. So it looks really cool. New Mega Evolutions.
All right. Perfect. I think we should go ahead and now jump into the poll question, right?
Oh, I have
Go
it
ahead
ready.
and let's do the poll question. I hinted at it again at the start of the podcast. But Lexi's going to go
Shall I
ahead and tell
remind
us
us?
what the question was that we presented to you guys. So, go ahead and take it away, Lex.
In honor of last episode, the Declaration of War. You guys remember a little episode called the Declaration of War? You guys remember it. Who did it better? Aaron and the parody soldiers breaching Marley, or Marley and warriors breaching Shinganshina?
Yeah.
So it's either episode 1 or Declaration of War. Well, it's a big encompassing, it depends on how deep you want to get in on it. I want to know how you guys thought about it. So if you answered, please elaborate in chat.
We would love that.
I want to know.
So is it episode 1, season 1, or is it episode 5, season 4?
I know. What is the superior? So, I will say, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
I was expecting a landslide, to be honest.
Would you guys like to know the percentage?
He's just like, Annie has a Titan.
Yeah. Annie as Titan.
Yeah.
Yes,
Great
Hunter
answer.
Schafer.
There you go.
Would you guys like to know the percentage?
Yes. I would. You can close yours if you don't want to know.
Yeah, actually, I do want to know.
Okay.
Won't be surprised.
One of them is 42%. The other one is 58%.
Wow.
Wow.
Much closer than I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, this is what I was
Same.
thinking.
I thought it was going to be like 20-80.
I was thinking like literally 73% like Aaron and
That's what I thought.
they go and infiltrate Marley.
That's what I inferred as well, brother.
Interesting. Wow, I'm like for those of you in chat who voted, please elaborate. I would love to go ahead and just really understand why you guys voted the way you did.
And also, I'm proud of our voters. I can tell you guys thought about it because it's so close.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good
Proud
stuff.
of you. You guys didn't just hop on some bandwagons. And also, might I add, we had over 50 votes this time. We had
Wow.
almost 60 people vote on this poll question.
Let me get that applause. That's awesome.
I see you guys are liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, click all the buttons or whatever.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
But thank you to all of you. I mean, if you guys are even listening now or listening later on and the many other platforms that we're on, check those out. Always helps. But yeah, thank you to almost 60 of
Jacob
you.
is good.
That is crazy.
Jake goes, well, Lex, I'm always biased.
I'm always,
So I
yeah.
think it's safe to say that
I wasn't
We know
really
who
referring to you,
Jacob
Jacob.
Jacob
I
voted
know who you voted
his
for.
main man.
But
Homelander.
shall I get into the results?
Yeah.
So the 58% is Aaron,
Nah.
and the 42% is Marley and Warriors.
Yeah. Honestly, the traders put up a decent fight. Much closer than I anticipated.
They had us fooled, man.
You know? Yeah. The Marleyan traders. I mean, I was not expecting it to be that close.
Me neither. Great
So-
job.
And yeah, awesome. I what you just said though about how many voters we got, like that's awesome.
I know, that's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you, all of you.
One thing we go ahead and we stress in these podcasts, as we go ahead and get to a close, is that we really appreciate your guys' engagement and your feedback, and whenever you guys go ahead and respond to us with our questions, and even when you present us questions in chat when we go live, or you guys go ahead and bring just information our way, and it's fun for us to go ahead and learn on the fly. It's fun for us to go ahead and
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
your guys' thought process. It's fun for us to just really kind of even see the results, even just on poll questions and stuff.
Yeah.
It gives us an idea as far as pretty much what some of you are thinking, and for us to find out in this literally today that some of you were voting on the original, the first breach that we go ahead and we see at the start of literally episode 1 of season 1. And I know that thinking about, so let's go ahead and let's think about both moments together as a group, right? Season 1, episode 1. Just think about that.
I was as we were kind of talking about it, how you were like, "Wow, some of you really took the time to think about this."
Yeah,
I was like,
to actually
let me
think about it.
I was like, let me take a little deep dive real quick in my mind.
Think about, you're getting ready to go ahead and watch a new anime. You're getting ready to watch this anime called Attack on Titan, right? You're preparing yourself, maybe not even preparing yourself. You don't know what to expect going into this. And then think about that first breach that we see. Think about the impact that it presents to the story.
Amazing
And
first
think
episode.
about what it leaves us with when you get that to be continued. Think about that, right? Mm-hmm. Think about what that does to us as viewers, what it does to the audience, what it does to the characters, the impacts that it leaves over on the story, right? Mm-hmm. And the unknown that it has, right? Just think about how we literally get that moment in the first episode.
I mean, we already know that the internet fucking lost their minds over it when it first came
Yeah.
out. Everyone,
My middle school brain couldn't comprehend. something so good.
everyone in middle school was like, "Are you watching Attack on Titan? Are you
Yeah.
watching it?" And I was like,
Not at my middle school. I got bullied.
"Ah."
I had kids coming up to me and they're like, "You watch Anime?" Like that's not how you say it. No. But I couldn't correct them because then I had glasses and braces and a side bang. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'd be like that sometimes.
but
Guys, it's a wonderful work of art. How dare you disrespect Ishiyama?
I could totally see.
That's how I sounded.
I could totally see a season 1 or like hardcore being like, you can't have Aaron's declaration of war without the attack on Onigashima. Like, like I could totally see them saying that. Like, you can't have the second without the original.
Yeah.
And I
I
get
will
that.
say-
That impact is like 100% there.
It does help that they did it first in terms
course.
of chronological. But the way that Aaron did his, I mean, we just reviewed
we
it
literally
last
just
time.
talked about it, so it's very fresh in our mind. Which is
Dude.
Pretty
That's-
fucking heat.
that's why
It's
I
like
thought
most
that.
anticipated episode for our community.
That's why I thought that was going to be the overwhelming favorite because we recently just covered that episode, and so again, I'm honestly very proud that people really did
Me too.
show appreciation for that first breach, and you know, for me, I go ahead and I think about like how that happens, and we're left with so many questions, and now we know that we're gonna go ahead and go on this adventure to find out like why these monsters were allowed into, you know, the walls, and who this giant other colossal titan is, and we have no
whole
idea.
world flip upside down.
So
Yeah.
I could be wrong in my thinking here, but like think about, and we can argue the same thing too. What my point's about to be, but think about the traders and that breach and the moments that it brought to us, you know, from the story, like I should say, like the ongoing story.
Yeah.
Like we go ahead and we're left with so much unknown that we need to go ahead and find out information about why this breach happened, who caused the breach, and what they're after, or whatever the case is, right? First off, we need to find out if, you know, we think they're just titans. We don't know about, you know, people being Titan users. And then we find out that there are Titan users. Who are these people? Who are these infiltrators? And then we get the damn you traders moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about it as a whole, and everybody's valid to go in and say like that Aaron breach over in Marley doesn't happen without, you know, obviously the Shiganshina breach, of
Right.
course, right? Because again, like that's all part of this story. But I just think about like my reaction.
We wouldn't have any of this story without that one moment. That's what hooked
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people, like, they'll get hooked a couple episodes in, or like a couple tens of episodes in.
Yeah.
But that's one of the few animes where it's episode 1 and you're watching it, you're like, oh shit, I'm in this now. Like, I need to know what's going on in here.
I feel like Attack on Titan was the anime too. I'm not saying it was the first anime to start off with a crazy death and all that and everything, but I feel like it was the anime that cemented that, because since then I feel like so many animes have started off their episodes like ending in some kind of family massacre or something. Like a lot of animes have done that now.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it and that it's bad. I'm just saying that the effect that Attack on Titan has on the anime community.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's that big attention getter that your English teacher told you to start your essays with.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
Yeah.
And then
I
a
mean, like
couple people
episodes
live.
or anime like Demon Slayer and The Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that I've started with just like, not started, but the first episode ends with like crazy massacre.
You already said
and it hooks you.
Demon Slayer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one too. You know, Tokyo Ghoul kind of too, right?
Izuyama will
Yeah.
kill your favorite character.
Yeah.
He will.
Well,
Maybe.
depends on who your favorite are.
Depends.
Yeah.
Kill your favorite, Jacob.
But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go ahead and think about like almost like go back in time a little bit and stuff, you know, and think about my reaction to both breaches when I watch it for the first time. You know, and I have to admit that obviously there was a lot more hype when Aaron did it,
Yeah, first one was shock and second one was hype.
but a lot of it is because you understand what is about to happen.
Yeah.
It's perspective and context.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, we
this-
didn't have any information in episode 1.
Yeah,
really, but-
which is like, I guess that's the big selling point, is you're given nothing but the devastation.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, you're given, okay, it's the same thing, but now you understand the viewpoint, the justice, the motive, everything behind it.
Yeah.
And you've been following the guy doing it for the whole fucking
Yeah,
show.
there's some kind of
Exactly.
understanding there now.
Yeah.
And also too, that's gonna be like
Don't disrespect Marco like that. Don't put that name. Don't put his name next to Aaron and
Take him
Flock
off
and put
that
them on the
list.
same level, okay?
At least put Aaron in between them, bro.
I know. At least separate them. All right.
But what I was gonna say is that like to your point though about I'm trying to go ahead and gather my thoughts about what we were just referring to about so talking about that moment with Aaron, right, and understanding what he's about to do, like that's also the turning point where all of a sudden we go ahead and we see like, oh shit, like Aaron's about to go do this, and all of a sudden we get to the point where like, oh shit, Aaron's kind of going a little crazy with this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, like,
we're
oh
the
shit,
bad
like
guys
is
now.
Aaron? That's looks pretty fucking devilish. Like
I know.
is Aaron embracing this villain arc? Like, are we rooting for the villain now? Like
I
that's
know.
kind of like a
That's where
turning
you
point.
have that
Yeah.
internal like
Exactly.
morality struggle.
Yeah.
I know
why I love
exactly
Death
the
Note so much.
scene where I was like, that's our pro tag.
You're like, that's not
Like,
very like.
Are we supposed to be agreeing with this dude?
Yeah. And
With us?
One of my favorite scenes is in this episode.
okay.
One of my favorite anime scenes is in this episode.
That we're gonna go
Is
ahead
it
and talk
because
about
it
this
breaks
one.
the specific anime?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking
I
about, and we do
love
not
it.
cover it in this episode. But next week, y'all.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Next week is gonna be. Oh, I just need to say it now. Thank you. I'm so glad you know, dude.
Because I watched it, although I watched past where we end, I couldn't stop watching because I was
couldn't
like,
either.
dude,
You can't peel your eyes from that.
Yeah.
Once you start that sequence, which is why, like, where this episode ends, oof.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start that sequence, you just can't stop watching it until it's over, until
Yeah.
you cut to something else.
Yeah.
the only guy to hit someone while they're transforming. You're supposed to let them transform. It's an anime law.
Seriously.
Goku let Frieza do it. What are you doing?
It's an anime law. But you know what? Aaron doesn't follow by the rules, so neither does Isayama.
I want to ask you both. Where does your vote lie?
The Marlians, actually. I voted for them simply because how young they were, how fresh they were, and the fact that they were still able to pull it off with a little bit of string pulling from Aaron, of course. But
Yeah.
the fact that they still pulled it off, still had everyone convinced that just overall, that whole season 1, I got to give the Oscars to Raina Bertold Nanny.
There you
I mean,
go.
up
Yeah.
until the part where Raina was like, doesn't even know what part he's playing anymore. He's gone too method.
Yeah, you lost it. Lost in the sauce.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely voted for
Okay,
the
so
Marlians.
you went with the original, Zach.
I'm going to go with the follow-up. I got to go with Aaron. I have to, just because of the
did also
context
just
and the
review it.
impact. Yeah.
And it's just that good.
It's just, yeah, it is. It is. And like, I understand, like I can totally see why season 1, episode 1 gets it too. Like, I
Yeah.
understand. Because that episode was what made me be like, all right, I'm hooked on phonics for this one. Like, I gotta write it out. But something about Aaron just getting that get back. I love seeing how we were kind of talking about earlier, that primal nature from him.
Yeah.
And I want to dive more into that too, because I think we'll talk about it a little bit at
Okay.
the end of this episode.
Yeah, very, very cool. One thing we didn't even talk about or mention, at least not to this point, is like what that breach literally caused. Obviously, caused a lot of death, but like literally caused Aaron witnessing his mother die.
Yeah.
Like, think about that moment too, and that's what we literally like. We're left with at the end of that episode, at the end of like season 1, episode 1. Like, at that point, that is like what, you know, we've been talking about Aaron kind of pulling certain strings, like you went ahead and alluding to it as well, like how young those, you know, Marley Titan warriors were at that time, but
Right.
you know, they got some help, you know, from, you know, the powers that be, you know, that is, you know, God Aaron and stuff and all that. But Aaron knew that in order for his journey to begin, in order to go ahead and really truly find and get that freedom and to be able to go ahead and become what he ultimately becomes, right? That breach need to happen,
Right.
right? That breach need to happen. You know, that Dyna Titan had to walk past Bertold,
Had to.
right?
Yep.
Like, there are certain things that needed to happen. Carla
We could get
needed to die, which
The
is
resolution.
so shitty to say. You know, like, think about, like, there's so much we're introduced to. Just like in season 4, we're introduced to Marley. Like, we're learning about these characters, right? In season 1, we go ahead and we see this lifestyle that's happening over in this kind of like very like, it's a poverty type place, right? We see the garrison soldiers, right? We see Hannes, but then we see certain things too where we get introduced to these Titans, and then all of a sudden we get that moment, excuse me, where Hannes goes on to try to save the day, But then all of a sudden he sees a Titan for the first time. He's like, oh shit. Frozen in fear, and he goes out there, okay, no, I can't fuck with this thing. I got to go ahead and literally just pick up these children, get the hell out of here.
Run.
And then in that moment, again, Aaron goes on to go ahead and see the thing that drives him to get to really push for that freedom, right? And
he did it to himself.
that's the thing that's crazy, is that like he ultimately wants to go ahead and kill every last Titan, but then he ends up becoming like the ringleader, the one marching. He's the one leading the march of the like ultimate Titans that are the rumbling.
All Titans, he uses Titans to kill all of humanity.
Yeah, and it's such a crazy little twist and stuff, you know. But like that moment, we're literally left with, right? And then also too, when you think about over here and what we're covering with the Declaration of War, like what that ultimately like transitions to become, and what that the domino effect of all that, and think about all of these like literally ambassadors and world leaders and all these people that are here in attendance, that it's gonna just shake up the world, literally, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not talking about just like changing the landscape over in this island. Now we're talking about the world
Changing
here.
the physical landscape with Titan.
Like-
Changing the political state of the world in this
World right
and
now.
so and in terms of like who did it better,
Put that
I
all the
mean,
time.
who did it better was Aaron. Aaron did it better, and he did it with less. You know, like he has. Trust me, he's fucking strong. We understand Aaron to the point like what he's capable of doing, but Aaron is one person in this homeland that is Marley, that is like essentially, you know, you can argue, or maybe it's not even an argument, but that is like number one like rival or enemy to parody.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's one of those things where it's like this young man literally has the fucking balls to go over and to infiltrate this land, change the landscape for the world, and do it not even knowing. You can argue that he was very much aware that he was going to get help. We're going to go and talk about that eventually at some point. But like, think about, he just did this to kind of like even the score, or to do it for the sake of like what his words were like last week of like, look, I understand why you did this. It was to go ahead because you needed to, you were forced to do it. You did it to save, you know, the world, save your world. And
he says he saved them the gas money.
Yeah, literally.
Right. The coal.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know. It's crazy for me. I am voting along with the same as Zach and the majority.
Yeah.
Might I also add that although these are both different groups breaching the others' area, I will say that the breaching is done in different ways. Obviously, the way that the Marleyan warriors did it was a lot more dramatic and just a big statement. And the way that the parody soldiers did it is that Aaron...
It was a rescue operation.
it was a rescue operation. And didn't they initially arrive on a ship in disguise anyways?
I think
They initially arrived on a ship in disguise. That's when they were discovering all the stuff and everything. And then Aaron cries to that kid.
I think that's that might be a moment when they traveled over to the seas. Again, we're gonna go ahead and get more clarity on it. But I want to say that was probably when they first laid eyes over on Marley.
Well, don't they take airships?
So they end up going back to Marley, I believe. Yeah, I don't think
That's
they go
a
ahead and
different visit,
they go to Marley, and because remember that Aaron looks younger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know how long that they have been apart.
Yeah.
No,
But my point is basically just that the Marleyans had a lot more dramatic statement, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think it's pretty cool that
It's just a
the
comparison.
parody soldiers had a more discreet and weighted it out. Like Aaron ingrained himself into there for a bit. Obviously, he had to do some meeting, do some talking, you know, with a rat, and
his rat brother.
with his rat brother, and it was a lot more low key. Even though it's not as low key as we may have thought. This episode, we might find out some more about what intel they may have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just different. Their infiltrations are definitely different. Like, so I think I might have said more in the DM for that poll, I think, anyway. Yeah, let me check. Let me check, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is there more?
He said Aaron and his parody soldiers reaching Marley because they discovered things like cars and ice cream. See, that's what I was thinking. Didn't they show up like that's when they discovered everything?
Yeah, they go ahead and they see.
Or I guess that's their infiltration.
Well, I don't think Aaron and Mikasa and all of them. I think Aaron's the only one that was on parody for. I know what you're saying. They went to Marley. They came back, and then Aaron went back to Marley on his own.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when he got caught in. He got brought back from whatever war he went to go.
Yeah.
Get caught in, cut off his leg and all that.
And it makes sense too because I mean,
Thanks for bringing that up, Jacob.
Obviously, his family, I say in air quotes, his comrades, they knew where to go. They knew where to go and find him. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, he sent coordinates or whatever. Now they have to go and travel to this unknown land. Like they traveled, they made their way to Aaron because they're familiar with it. They have been there before. That would be a whole other mission if like Aaron just decided to go ahead and just like go ahead and be there. Well, I guess not, because in terms of the argument here, that means that they would have already have been there. And so they would have more or less already known where to go. But I think the fact that when we're gonna go ahead and talk about it, next week, but the way Mikasa goes out there and embraces Aaron or talks to Aaron and stuff, with the way where it's like obviously it's implied that it's been a while since they've seen each other.
Yeah.
So I think that Aaron went ahead and he had his own agenda and he knew what he had to do, and so he had to do it alone.
Stuck to it.
And yeah. So but that's all stuff we're gonna get more answers. It's fun to go ahead and kind of bring these things up out in the open in this kind of open forum that we do, each and every week, where we talk season 4. We're like, details are fuzzy. We think this happened. All of a sudden, like, weeks, months, however long later, when we cover the episode, we're like, oh, that's why.
You're like, there you go.
That makes sense. We're like, okay,
Right.
We're like, okay, so then that's what happened. So, yeah. Thank you all again. That's incredible. We got so many votes. Very,
I know.
really
Thank
cool.
you all
And
so much.
appreciate you guys.
The big 5-0.
Yeah.
And be on a lookout for more Q&As and polls on Attack the Talk podcast
Yeah.
on Instagram.
I have one in the notes also. I know. So shout out to Lex. Lexi's been doing an amazing job of like whenever we kind of like bring a question out in the open, Lexi will go ahead and jot it down.
Write that down.
Exactly. Do me a favor, if you both want to go ahead and take a look what I have in the notes, kind of as you scroll over towards the bottom, let me know if it's kind of like something where you're like, okay, maybe. Obviously, we can go ahead and if anything comes up.
I don't have anything down here.
I don't either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's nothing there.
Okay. So then I can go ahead and
I was excited for a surprise. Oh, wait, never mind. I see it.
I don't see anything.
It's like right under the
So what it is
the
is that
first section.
the closing part might have been pasted twice.
Yeah, there's 2 of it.
Oh, it is. Okay, hold on.
I like that one.
Do you think it's something where maybe we might get some potential responses to go ahead and maybe argue or say, express, or even care?
I think we could do more of like a why didn't he utilize it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. Something that we can go ahead and brainstorm. But we're going to talk about it.
Especially as we get more in reading into it and we get more in the space,
Yeah.
we'll feel more
Yeah.
understanding.
We'll have more
the
questions.
situation.
Always more questions, never answers.
All right, cool. So I think it's time now we can go ahead and jump into the episode.
I'm ready.
Not much to go ahead and recap. I mean,
How are you feeling, Lex?
I know. How are you feeling, Lex? Feel all right.
I have a little bit of a headache.
But what I was going to say is that there's not much to recap. All I have to say is literally just these words. Declaration of war.
Yeah.
That's all you have to know.
You guys
and
don't.
you guys will know exactly what we're talking about.
That's what the people want to hear.
Yeah.
They want to hear that declaration of war. Okay.
Also,
Gets the people going, man. It's provocative.
what I want to do is I want to try to go ahead and see if we can cue something at a certain point over in this episode.
Music-wise?
I want to see if we can cue.
Do it, Lex. No, I'm not going to do the fire it up. I
we
can't.
can-
My head is pounding. I can't do that.
If we can
Just give us a
cue
little
Aaron's roar.
I'm feeling kind of warm.
Feel a little toasty.
Let me see if I can do it real
A
quick.
little toasty. Just a
If
little
I can
bit.
go ahead and pause it over in that.
The baby
moment.
boys.
A little bit toasty.
I wonder if I can cue that moment.
Hey, Kyron, how you feeling, bro? Oh shit, he already did it. He just hasn't loaded
Oh,
it.
yeah, he said he's fired up. Kyron said he's fired up.
Hell yeah.
He has the
Love
ear-
that.
He has the ear emoji next to it. I think he's waiting for you. He's like,
He's like, are you going to say fired up?
Okay.
nice phone stand.
Thanks. It works half the time. Sometimes it works.
Bear with me 1 second, guys.
Dude, I am fired up. Just waiting for the host.
See, there we go. Woo! She did it.
I am totally fired up.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right today, guys.
I'm feeling okay.
Feeling a little
It's a little rainy.
Feeling a little chilly today.
Alrighty. I'm just going to try to cue something up. I'm going to try to play it on cue when we get to that moment.
Oh, that's a good question, Jacob. Do you like Aaron's dub or sub roar more? Because they are different.
Interesting.
Sub.
His dub roar isn't so human, it's more animal-like, and his sub roar is more, it sounds like a guy groaning. Like an actual, like, the character is screaming. So, all depends. Me personally, I always watched it in dub, so I always preferred dub.
I was listening to, what was it, Chopper at NES Lobby, sub versus dub, when he first turns into the beast.
Uh-huh.
Dude, both of them are killer.
Yeah.
Just the elk. You know what I'm talking about? The elk.
I'd have to listen to it. I'd have to hear it.
I'll show you in a bit. I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, he's got this little like reindeer elk like sound to the back of the roar.
Okay.
I love that shit.
If you want to, you can go ahead and kind of get it queued up. Since we're on that subject of the roar, I want to go ahead and see if this is timed. Oh, okay, I got it. So this is what I'm gonna try to do on cue. I'm gonna play it as a test. You guys obviously know we're talking about it right now, but let me know if you guys can hear it nice and clear. You guys
That's
heard
English
that?
dub, right?
You guys heard that nice and clear, right?
Not really, but I heard it.
Okay, I'll try to do it again.
Try that again. Hold on. Go again.
Are you looking up the dub or the sub roar?
No, it's from the actual episode. It's a moment where
Yeah.
It happens. Okay,
There's dub.
there's up. So there's gonna be a moment in the story when that's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna play it. Okay.
Do you have the sub one?
I don't know. This is the one that was in the episode.
Okay.
I covered it in dub, but
What time frame? What time slot is it at?
Yeah, because you could just change it to
Yeah, I'll do the. I can pull up the sub.
Japanese audio.
it's like 1857 left over in the episode. It's essentially 5 minutes into the episode, depending on how you're.
Oh, right before the title sequence.
Yeah. 5 minutes into it.
Kyron, it's because you're not seeing.
God,
It's right after the handshake.
oh, that wasn't it.
It's right after the handshake.
There it
There
is.
you go.
That's Japanese.
悪魔に違いない
He like burped at the
Yeah, he
end.
did the burp.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear the gulp.
Interesting.
Make it bloodier.
I think I did. I can make it bloodier.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to go ahead and kind of on cue when we talk about the story. But you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go, guys. This is season 4, episode 6. This is the Warhammer Titan. This is part 1 of our episode breakdown and discussion. Spoiler warning to all of our friends out there who are not caught up. You guys know the drill by now. And without further ado, here we go. The episode begins before the production, as Willy says his goodbyes to his little ones. Willy tells his young children,
Well, Dad needs to get going. I want you to try and stay out of trouble for me. Listen to your big sister.
the children all gather in front of their father and beg him to stay. The children don't want to leave their father's side, In fact, they even insist on going with him. Willy looks at his children, and we notice a look of regret and sorrow. A melancholy Willy tells his children,
I'm so sorry, but no, I can't.
Willy gives them all a big hug, as the Tiber elders just watch. The children's older sister tells the group,
Hey, stop acting so selfish and behave yourselves. You're making this harder for him.
Willy rests his hand on his oldest daughter as he tells her,
Fine. Try and help them to get along.
The daughter looks up at her father with pride and appreciation as she answers.
I will. Good luck with your work.
Willy shares his regard.
Thanks. All right. Goodbye.
The children all wave goodbye to their father one last time. Their mother approaches Willy with concern.
Darling.
Willy embraces his wife, gives her a kiss, and tells her,
I'm sorry. Take care of the kids.
Tears fall from her eyes as she sees her partner for the last time. Willy walks away, passing a mysterious-looking girl, telling her,
Let's go.
Time passes as we can see Willy being transported through Marley by carriage, accompanied by Theo McGoth. Willy ponders.
Right. So if they attack, they'll do it during my speech, yes?
McGoth responds.
Nothing's guaranteed, sir, but that seems like the strongest possibility. Most of Marley's highest-ranked officers will be gathered for it. It's a rare occurrence. I should mention, in accordance with protocol, they're waiting to determine escape routes till later, lest the information should leak. I'll note that many VIPs will be arriving by carriage.
Willy digests the information as he makes precautions.
Got it. Seat the officers in a special section. Group them, preferably at the edge of the crowd.
McGoth pauses as he looks at Willy and prepares to ask.
Is this really what you want to do, sir?
Willy explains to McGoth.
We Tibers haven't just sat around enjoying ourselves. At least not this generation hasn't. We've been working hard, fostering relationships with the world's ruling class, improving people's perception of Eldians, and keeping track of events on Parody Island. That said, we neglected our watch our backs. Before we knew it, our enemies had crossed the sea, when they were at our necks. I fear that we could find our throats slashed at any moment now. It's become clear that the infiltrators received help from within Marley, and the unsettling truth is that we still don't know who gave it. As you surely know, our motherland, Marley, has many enemies, even within our own military. And if you want to smoke out your enemies, you light a fire beneath them. We know when and where the foe intends to attack us. That ought to give us the advantage. Unless you have a better one, this is the plan.
McGoth processes all the information and he responds.
Even if we can predict their moves, we're putting far too much at stake.
Willy clarifies the gamble.
We're sacrificing incompetent officers. If the enemy's goal is to damage our military, then so be it. This is an opportunity. Start picking replacements now. The party will approve anyone you choose for your reformed military.
McGoth shares his hesitation.
But, sir, so many will die.
But Willy doesn't want to hear McGoth's hesitation.
And most will be Eldian civilians. They're the spawn of the devil, aren't they?
Willy composes himself.
Don't change on me now, Commander. You've ordered countless Eldians up and over to meet their deaths in a hellscape of barbed wire, landmines, and bullets. So these ones won't be wearing uniforms. That changes nothing. You need to keep doing what you've always done.
McGoth stares at Willy for a moment. Then he looks down.
Allow me to say one thing. This isn't a war. We don't know our enemies, their goals, or how they plan to attack us. They'll make their move. Well, when they make their move, the crowd surrounding you will erupt in chaos.
McGoth pauses briefly as he now locks eyes with Willy.
Lord Tiber, if we go forward with this and use you to bait the enemy, I doubt I'll be able to protect you. They'll do whatever it takes to make sure that you die.
Willy, understanding his fate, drops his shoulders and responds.
Of course, I'm prepared for that. Unless I stand on that stage, the world will not take notice. There must be officers, ambassadors, and journalists from around the globe in that audience. And crucially, the Eldian civilians who are killed, myself included, must be mourned by all as victims of an unforeseen attack. If I escape while my people die in mass, the world would not rally to our cause.
Commander McGoth analyzes Willy Tiber's demeanor, intentions, and motives, and there appears to be a respect there, an understanding, and most importantly, trust. Commander McGoth reaches his hand out to Willy.
I fully believe the Eldian race was spawned by the devil, but I'm just as sure that we're devils ourselves.
Willy Tiber shakes Commander McGoth's hand as they both have a mutual understanding. Aaron's Titan roars in the background as we fade to black. Then we're back to the present as Willy Tiber, picked up by the attack titan, is dropped into its mouth. Commander McGoth struggles as he witnessed Willy's final moments. And then, happening so fast, destruction from the stage begins to rain down onto the many onlookers. People are crushed as the devil, Aaron Yeager, slowly turns to face his enemies. Aaron's enemies all stare frozen in fear. The devil of parody has arrived to finish the story. Damn. Wow. And that was Willy.
Kyron commented, "Do the roar."
Do the roar. I love you, daddy.
I love you, daddy.
Do the roar.
That could be a fun poll question to do too. Is we were just kind of comparing the dub
roars.
roar and the sub roar.
That's what Jacob said.
Yeah. So Jacob's onto onto the right track
Very
there.
good,
That'd be a fun poll question to go ahead and do. We went ahead
So
and we
Willy's
played.
got a big family.
Yeah, that's one thing too.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we noticed. Yeah, Willy's got a lot of kids, a lot of children.
And it might just be me, but Fine, the oldest daughter, looks a lot like Zofia. I think they just have, that might just be like the Eldian nose shape. It's just a lot more, seems to have a little bit bigger of a bump. And like we've seen it with like Annie, we've seen it with Zofia, now we've seen it with Fine.
Yeah.
And that they're all like these pretty little blonde girls. So I don't know. I found that interesting.
One thing's for sure is that he obviously is an incredible father.
Oh yeah.
The children
His
don't
kids
want to leave
love
his
him so
side.
much.
yeah.
They
Poor kids don't know
They
that he's
love
not
him.
coming back. Can we go with you? No.
Willy obviously no, seriously.
Stay your ass right here.
Willy obviously loves his family. I mean, you can see it in his eyes as you go out there and you watch the episode. You can see just how difficult this is for him to go ahead and have to say goodbye to his children for the last time. It's so Willy. We talked about going into this whole thing, going into this whole endeavor, this production, right? And how early on when we go on to go ahead and see Willy and we're introduced to Willy and he brings up the statue of Helos and how he wants to be that symbol for Marley and for to essentially reignite this battle to go ahead and claim, or should I say reclaim, the founding Titan from the devil that is Aaron Yeager. And that's all stuff that he goes on to discuss over in his speech that he gives and we get more clarity on really his mindset going into this thing. We saw the moment where him and Miss I'm blanking on her name, Azumabito.
Yeah, Azumabito.
And he goes on to go ahead and say that he's nervous and he's having stage fright. Well, think about now of what we just literally talked about. He knows.
He's literally walking into his grave.
Yeah.
He knows not exactly, but he knows that this is essentially going to be the moment that he
knows that this is his final stand.
Yeah.
and well, think about
His final performance.
one thing he goes on to go ahead and say with Commander Magath is that he understands that that's when they're going to attack, right? He goes like, look, that's going to be the moment that happens, right? And so Magath essentially goes on to go ahead and kind of confirm and clarify that that would be the moment. That makes sense. Would be while he's giving a speech. And so think about you giving a speech out to a crowd. That's already scary enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about you knowing in the back of your mind.
When your tongue is as golden as Willy Tiber's.
I guess.
Public speaking is just.
But think about in the back of your mind as you go ahead and you give the speech, you're expressing history, and you're now trying to go ahead and motivate the Marley Nation to go ahead and fight against the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know at some point something's going to happen, right? You know at some point there's going to be some sort of attack. At least that's kind of
You can't just
ingrained in
make
your
a
mind.
public claim against them and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Think about how terrifying that is, right? Like that's almost like as if you, let's say you're some sort of like, world leader, and all of a sudden they're saying, hey, we need you to go ahead and give this speech out over on stage, but there's going to be a good chance you're going to get assassinated over on stage. Just
I
give
feel
you a
like
heads
it was
up.
more like his idea, because like he was saying, he was like, please let me have this. This is my atonement. Because he even
You know this
recognized that
motherfucker
he's
didn't
like,
want to stay around for the fight.
Well,
He was
not for the
I'm
fight.
gonna go out in a blaze of glory. You guys deal with the rest.
Yeah, he does not want to
That's-
deal with the fight. He's like, please, I don't want to live. Let me just, this is my atonement.
Let me be
I'm gonna
Helos and die a
expose
martyr.
that all the Tibers are actually gluttons. We're not really that heroic, but it's okay. I'll just,
Yeah, I mean, the thing though is that
like Eddie says, he got munched. Exactly.
he did, right?
Nom 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 nom.
He still suffered though, because we talked about like when
Dude's
the
Indian
moment that
burn.
he literally went ahead, he got freaking
He got snapped
up.
like a twig, bro.
He did.
Like
He
his
went ahead
head
and
is
got
rotating
snapped.
one way and his chest.
His head is turned like an owl. His
Yeah.
like his whole
Yeah, everything
like,
else is just like
his tibia fibula.
He was
are
voguing
fucking
with his body.
ripped. Yeah, ragdolled, Raggedy Ann.
seriously.
So
He's made of rubber.
but it's still it's like it kind of gives me a little bit more clarity as to like, again, the mindset going into it. Like obviously Willy knew that this was going to be his like last performance, and he understood that he had to deliver the message, and it,
I mean, even that too. We can think about when him and Magath are sitting on the bench in front of the stage, and he's looking at his hand, and like he knows looking at his hand damn well that he's about to go up there and die. I'm assuming this talk on
Yeah.
the train is before they even
Yeah, he's
got
like
there.
having an out of body experience.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is like a couple days
This
before.
is my last time riding in a carriage. This is
Yeah.
my last time. Like I'm dead.
exactly.
My atonement has come.
Finally, I can leave it to someone else.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it gives me just more insight. Obviously, it gives us all insight, because this is a conversation that we're seeing. These are moments that are happening before.
Yeah, before this, all we got was like we knew
The declaration and
carriage
stuff,
the book.
I like how Aaron waited until they actually declared war. To finally like, oh, you guys want to go?
Oh, it's my cue. Rhina, hold my hand.
0.01 seconds after war is declared, I'm answering.
I know. They declared it first, all right? I was
Does
just waiting
someone
for the
say war?
go-ahead. Just waiting for the go-ahead.
I know, seriously. But
Titans, on your mark. Get set. War.
Dart.
I want to go ahead and talk about kind of like the, I guess, relationship that is, Magath and Willy. It obviously was, we talked about just their interactions and how it's very much like a chess match and stuff, but in this episode, it appears that, there is that mutual respect for both and stuff, and there
They
is
seem
that
almost
trust.
friendly.
There is that trust because obviously Willy has to trust, Magath to go ahead and be the commander that is essentially, prepared to go ahead and attack the enemies if they arrive. They obviously have a lot more knowledge, and they're prepared for an attack, right? They understand that something's going to happen. They understand that there, as Lexi had mentioned, there are, rats.
Marco's in chat just saying, bye, Monster Hunter.
We were trying to tell him too early.
I know we're talking about a different monster for now, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll go ahead and
Sorry,
I'll
Marco.
get over in that Monster Hunter. You never know.
We will convince him.
But
He's going to love it.
He's going to break.
I think that Magath,
He's going to get a cat.
when Magath goes on to go ahead and ask certain things to Willy, like, are you sure this is what you want to do and stuff, like also giving him a heads up too, that like, look, just know that as things happen, I'm not going to be able to protect you. Like, this is almost like a way of him like saying like, look, like,
Yeah.
I'm giving you an opportunity to go ahead and tell me, like, let's find and
This is your
alternative.
last chance to back out, but
Which is why there's even in like certain things that Willy even says, like, you know, this is what we're gonna do unless you have a better plan.
yeah,
you know?
unless you have another option.
Not to say that Willy was gonna go ahead and not be on that stage, because he understood from his words. He goes on to tell us that, like, I need to go ahead and be up there. This needs to happen, and if he's the one that survives, you know, if he survives this attack, then like, what does that do for really what the, you know, the message is,
Right.
you know?
It just devalues his point.
I want to talk. You mentioned his family at first, Lex, right? So his many children, you know, his young children. All those children don't have a father anymore.
Yeah.
But
Shit.
unfortunately, there's a lot of loss over in AOT. So I mean, they wouldn't be the first group of children to go ahead and lose loved ones. Unfortunately, you know, and I think it's gonna go ahead and happen now that, you know, the devil Aaron Yeager literally out there on stage. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people that lose loved ones, right?
Seriously.
But his wife, obviously, you know, do you think she's aware what's gonna happen?
I think she is, but I think that she's also trying to save face because she knows that she can't break down in front of the kids because the kids don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't be like, Mom's breaking down really bad at him just like going on this
Work trip or
work
something, right?
trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he said he'll be right back. It's fine. But she probably has to. Dang, I feel so bad for her though. She's probably going to have. She has to be so freaking strong now
Yeah.
for all these kids.
Yeah, exactly. And
If they survive the rumbling, I mean,
I don't think they do.
I think they died anyways, but.
and then I don't think they do. That's true. Honestly, we don't see the Typers again. And for all we know,
Ever.
Yeah, we never see them again.
I think it's for a reason. I think it's because, you know, the Typers probably went into hiding, and then their world probably
They
got
were
trampled
important
on.
for that one plot point, and now it's.
I think that if
They've been atoned.
if
move
you
on.
if you lose your one advantage, which is literally the Titan, I think at that point you just go ahead and you tuck your
Yeah.
tail between your you know, yeah, you just go back home.
And
Go
he
back
says,
home.
this is where the hashtag fuck them kids foundation was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear my throat noise right now? Did you hear that? It was like rare.
So I want to go ahead and talk about this mysterious girl. We're gonna get more clarity over on her in the next part we go and we talk about. But yeah, we've seen her a few times. She's there. She's kind of like the person who's kind of off in the distance, who is kind of being observant, or at least waiting for orders or something. You know, not very saying much at all, really. Of you know, if
Kind of
anything.
existing.
So obviously, you know, when Willy goes on to ask, you know, Commander McGoth way back when, like, do you know which of our family members is the one who holds the Titan ability?
Can
And,
you
know,
tell
he's
which
like,
one of us it is?
He like couldn't say whatever and stuff. Maybe it's the mysterious girl in the corner that's not saying anything.
I
That's
know,
just watching.
the one that's like,
Yeah, maybe it's the observer.
Yeah, maybe it's not
The
the,
one that
kids
looks
running
like a
around and stuff,
soldier.
you know? Yeah, the one that looks like she's just waiting for orders. Yeah, but again, also even last week, you know, moments before Aaron's attack, Willy goes on, like the moment that you mentioned, Lex, where it's like, let me go ahead and what is that for? Like, let me do this. You know, this is my atonement, right?
yeah.
He looks
basically
over and he notices
looking back at her.
this mysterious woman over there watching him over on the stage. She's kind of surrounded by like almost like, you know, cast and crew. You know, it's like you have cast and crew, and then you have the mysterious girl right there in the
Everyone's
middle.
shocked, and then there she is in the middle.
Yeah.
Almost like she knows exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it even says like, yeah, why is she dressed like a maid? Like, yeah, I mean, she's essentially
Yeah,
just
she
like
was
dressed
like
like that.
purposely.
She's like hidden in a point where maybe
She's
she
dressed
looks like
as
the maid and
help,
stuff. you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I do remember that when they look around, it's like, which one of us is it going to be? And they're not focusing on her. They're focusing on the kids that she's serving as the maid.
kids and the elders
So
and
it's
all
like to
that and
throw it
stuff, you know.
off.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's dressed as, like the help.
And we're gonna get more information about her and in a little bit, but this is kind of nice to see Willy's kind of family dynamic. You know, it does bring that kind of humanity to his character, gives us more of an idea as far as him as a person. This is stuff that we kind of even, you know, kind of speculated about when we did that poll way back when about characters you would have liked to have seen more. And we're like, maybe it would be cool to go ahead and learn more about the Tybers. And this is probably like, you know, this is obviously as close as we're going to get to that, you know. So to see how Willy, at least perception wise, and you know, kind of like first glimpse of like what he looks like as a father, what he looks like as, you know, a husband and stuff, you know, and as kind of like the head of his household
cool
and stuff,
guy.
you know, like he obviously is very present. He obviously, you know, loves his family a lot, and
He seems like a really sweet guy, which makes sense why he would be the one to be like, dude, we gotta atone. I can't keep living like a glutton like this. I can't keep living in a lie.
so to that point, let's go ahead and let's talk about his conversation with Magath over in that carriage.
Yeah.
So we already talked about how Magath essentially was like, look, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Let me go ahead and find it very, very quickly. But like, Willy talks about that generation, right? He talks about the Tybers, and he says like, look, like we haven't just been sitting around. We haven't just been doing nothing. We haven't just been like enjoying our life in safety as these honorary Marleyans. You know, he goes on. We've talked about it before, and I think in past episodes about how well informed Willy appears to be.
Yeah.
You know, he knows his history, whether it's giving a speech out over and kind of like this, like, you know, very formal gala type thing.
He's very globally present.
Yeah. So he talks about how he's like, look, like we haven't just been enjoying ourselves, at least this generation hasn't. Like we've been at work. He says, like, we've been fostering relationships with the world's ruling class, improving people's perception of Eldians. Think about that sentence right there.
Yeah.
Improving people's perception of Eldians. Like, what in season 4, what have we learned about Eldians? Right?
That they're shit.
They're like the lowest like
They're
class,
scum.
right?
Yeah.
So that's already difficult.
They're not,
you know, job to do.
Levels.
And then we talked about how informed he is.
Bro's been networking hard, bro.
Seriously. And then so what we just talked about, he goes, what was that noise?
So it's blue sounding like Chewbacca.
And then he says, keeping track of events on Parody Island. How? How is he keeping track of what's happening over in Parody?
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, does he have like some sort of messenger bird or something? Like,
He's got to have some.
He's got an owl.
I mean, again, like what Eddie said, like he's been networking. Like he obviously has connections,
Yeah.
you know. But like, what are his connections? I'm so curious. How is he getting information over in Parody? Like we know that the only connection that Parody has to anything of the other side of the world, minus some of the other people that have come in to join, like, you know, like
People that traveled
Grisha
over.
and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. But there is that
Zeke?
kind of border. There is that like there's that wall where literally they go ahead and they throw Eldians over and turn them into Titans.
Yeah.
That is the closest thing you get to any kind of like, you know, bordering connection there.
Ozumabito.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Obviously, he's
That is a
very
good
well informed.
point.
But again, so
Because she is a parody sympathizer.
is she just making trips out over to the island and stuff? Is she like?
She may be.
I'm
What
curious.
is the timeline of when she goes? Oh no, I'm thinking of something different.
I'm curious though as to like anybody from the outside, right? Anybody from not from Parody, I should say. Mm-hmm. You're traveling over to the island. Which wall are you getting to? Like, we know that obviously it is not Cena. We know that it's not Rose. Like, you're over in Walmart, but like,
in Mario.
where is the like? Where's the port? You know, where's the?
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
like, do you have to go ahead
get there,
and travel
then
on shore?
forest
Do you
of
just
giant
jump off
trees.
that giant wall and just start walking?
Like, do you
Yeah.
have to go ahead and travel through the forest, you know, of giant trees? Do you
And
have
I
to go
guess
ahead
the
and
same
force
way
through
that-
the open plains?
While avoiding Titans the whole
Same
way.
thing same way that Grisha did, same way that the traders did. We have to go ahead and
Exactly.
kind of venture through, and then all of a sudden, you know, you stumble upon the wall, and you have, you know, garrison soldiers welcoming you, or maybe even you come across Scout over on the outside or outside of the walls. How would you even go about doing that? Like, let's say again, for the sake of, you know, what Eddie just brought up with you know, Asumabito, like if she is going over to the island, or which we don't know if she has, we know that she will eventually, you know, for resources and so on and so forth, and also for the connection of Mikasa. But like, what is the connection here? Like, how is information getting from the island over to other parts of the world?
With our luck, dude, we'll find out next episode.
I don't know, maybe. Is it like, you know, just journalists? Is it like, you know?
Oh yeah, that too. The press.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but
I mean, how often do you think people would be leaving if they are scouting? Like, are they just are they mailing shit out?
I don't think you're leaving. That's the thing, is that if you're over there on Parody, that's all you know. And I think that's part of it because of like what your brain essentially is. It like what is removed from your brain.
They're getting smarter.
You know, I don't know.
I'm like,
Somebody's trying
why is Nico turning the handle?
Let me in.
So it's something that I was thinking about. Where I mean, again, we talked about how obviously well informed Willy is, but just the Tybers are. But I always thought it was just the world, not parody. But when he specifically mentions keeping track of events on parody, like,
then it's like, what do you mean?
Is he getting information from Zeke?
Yeah, that's the only other thing that I was thinking. Like, does it have to be Zeke? He's playing both sides.
Yeah. So,
but he's probably not telling Magath, given Magath believes that he is keeping tabs on parody, because I think if it is Zeke, he's telling him not the entire truth, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's also working with Aaron. But yeah, I don't know. If he is, I feel like he's telling Magath not all the details, obviously, just the Jaeger way.
Yeah.
Not technically lying.
Yeah, exactly.
But he ain't no
withholding
truther.
the truth.
He ain't no truthers.
He ain't no truther.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something where this is all stuff that Willy says where I'm like, how did you know this? He goes, look, we neglected to watch our backs, but before we knew it, our enemies had crossed the sea. Because when they were at our necks, because I feared that we can find our throats slashed at any moment. He goes, it's clear that the infiltrators received help from within Marley. Right? He says the unsettling truth is that we don't know who gave it. Maybe that's where Zeke does play into this whole equation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be ironic, though, where it's like the person that's feeding Willy the information is also the person, of course, that's feeding the information over to everybody else, whatever, and stuff like that. I mean, you think about it, like, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it'd be like, oh my gosh,
someone with loose lips tends to share with a lot of people.
War Chief Zeke is informing, the Tiber family about events that's happening out over in the parody, but it's like, who else is he informing? Yeah. Obviously, he's informing,
Telling everyone.
people over in parody and stuff, and I don't know. So, continuing.
Osmobitos, maybe.
Yeah. So already interesting that Willy is obviously aware of the infiltration over in Marley, right? Something that they went ahead to go ahead and kind of allude to with the rats and stuff, right? So he goes,
why he mentions that, like, I can't escape, like, I can't live this.
Yeah, and he kind of takes it a step further. They won't agree with their
cause if I live.
So Willy takes it a step further, almost again implying where it's coming from, where he says, like, as you know, Marley has many enemies, even within our own military. Like that already there is like, that's kind of like pointing the finger a little bit. Like that's like, if you didn't know where to look, it'd be like, okay, wait, like, are you telling me that
the call is coming from inside the house?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's coming from inside the house.
And then so again,
one of the landlines is in use, motherfucker.
The pressure is getting worse.
And he says, if you want to smoke out the enemies, you light a fire beneath them, right? And
very good, Willy.
Willy says that they know when and where they plan to attack, right? He says that should give us the advantage. Oh, was he so wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
He didn't know what he was getting into, man.
We saw it last week, right, where Commander Magath was like, and so it begins, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, sends the call out, and he believes that he knows where to search, and it seems like he does, because we see some of the Marleyan officers are making their way over to where Aaron and Rhina and Falco are at.
Yeah.
But moments before
unless they're going, they could be going to wherever Peak and
maybe
are at as well.
Yeah, maybe it just could be like, for us watching it, it's almost like we think that they're getting closer to Aaron.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah, maybe they are getting over to the other warriors that are, of course, they are not able to be of help, be of service, because they're trapped over in like this,
they're having bento boxes down in a hole.
Yeah, they're just chilling, healing, chilling.
With their arms like
limp.
So interesting.
I absolutely love Magath this episode with one specific line. I don't think he says it in what we're going to go over today. I think that's next week he says it, but hey, man's got pride.
Yeah, Magath in this episode is the most human I've seen him.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
At least so far.
I think he's a little funnier this episode because he's like witnessing all this shit. He's like, well, someone's got to fucking say something funny. Someone's got to try and brighten the mood.
Well, also too, it's something you brought up, right, about Magath being like seeing his human side, right? Like all the other interactions that we saw between Willy and Magath, it's like it seemed like he wasn't being.
Yeah, it seems very
Yeah.
surface level.
He was being very surface level, and then here he actually has these conversations where it shows like he is legitimately expressing concern, right? Which is why I went on to go ahead and kind of mention it's like, look, like he saw certain things from Willy where it's like, wow, like he really sees that he can trust this person, right? So that's why it's one of those things where like it seems like that's what Willy was seeking for.
He sees Willy as an ally too valuable to lose, and
Yeah.
Willy goes, "You don't understand. It's because I'm valuable that I need to be lost."
What's
Yeah.
great about that is that we've seen for any kind of valuable tool, valuable piece that Magath has, he has hesitancy, right? He's hesitant to go ahead and
Let them have freedom.
Yeah,
he's hesitant to go ahead and,
Because freedom and protection,
use them.
it's a slippery.
he's hesitant
More
to
of
put them
other,
at
less of the
risk.
other.
Yeah, he's hesitant
Yeah.
to put him at risk. And so this is another thing too, where he probably sees Willy as like a valuable ally.
You can tell they definitely started to trust each other way more, even just in the
Yeah.
confines.
They get
of
along.
carriage,
You can tell that they get along.
that they're comfortable enough.
who doesn't
for-
get along with Willy?
Right, very true.
That they're comfortable enough for Willy to be like, well, you already sent a bunch of Eldians to die. Why are you concerned now?
Be very blunt about.
Because no one would
someone's
have done that to
transgression.
Commander Magath.
Yeah, exactly.
Before.
So just again for perspective here and to kind of clarify in
For
the
context,
episode,
yes, please.
they're having a conversation over in this carriage, and in this moment when all of a sudden, it's like Magath has his hesitations about essentially sacrificing people. Willy goes on to go ahead and stand up over Magath.
Yeah.
He like stands up over him, right? And
Willie's like, fuck it, I'm gonna die anyways.
yeah,
Let me
What
talk
is he gonna
back
do?
to the
Kill me
commander.
now before I'm
I
sacrificed?
know.
Yeah.
I'm
Who's
too
gonna give the
invaluable.
speech?
he pretty
bitch.
much is like, look, like most of the Eldians or most will be Eldian civilians, and like he goes, they're spawned of the devil, aren't they?
Yeah,
He goes
aren't
like, and he says like, well, I should say after he says that, he goes on to go ahead and kind of like sit down and to try to like, like reset and calm himself, and he's like, look, like just don't change now, please. I can only imagine it's like look, we've come so far, please don't back out now.
Well, before that, he calms down. He even points the finger at Magath and outright tells him, like, you've already sent so many Eldians up and out, like exiled them, turned
Yeah.
them, and killed so many already. Now what's the difference?
He goes, so these ones won't be wearing uniforms. Like that's
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
Yeah. These ones just won't be wearing uniforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And he goes, you just need to keep doing what you've always done.
Yeah.
Right?
Which
It's
suddenly
like,
is hard for Magath to do because seeing a human side.
And like you said too.
All of a sudden, civilians get involved, and you pussyfoot out.
yeah. No, it's like you were talking about too, Lex, is like, who talks to Magath like this? We haven't seen anybody talk to Magath like this, So
Except for maybe Gabi.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like, who else is going to do it?
Yeah, that's true actually.
Fine.
Yeah, well,
But
she's also
hers is for a different reason.
she's so what's it called, suicidal maniac.
Yeah.
So again, we get the
crazy.
Magath go out there. And he's like looking over at Willy. And he's like, "Look, let me just say one thing. This isn't a war. We don't know our enemies. We don't know their goals. We don't know how they plan to attack us. We don't know when they will make their move. Excuse me." He goes, "The crowd that surrounds you, it's gonna erupt in chaos, right?" And he goes, "Look," he goes, "if we go forward with this, if we use you as bait, I doubt I'll be able to protect you. He goes, they're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that you die."
Right.
That's the human side of him, right? And I mean, it's true. We see where he's kind of like
Letting you know, man.
where Commander Magath and other soldiers are kind of like on where they're looking, right? And they're over on this rooftop. They're, not necessarily as close as you would want your main ally to go ahead and be in terms of like trying to protect you and stuff. You don't want, that's not where you want the commander of the military to go ahead and be if you are putting yourself at risk, you're using yourself as bait, right? So
I mean, that's if you want to be saved.
yeah, and we know that Willy doesn't. We understand from his words that like this is something he needs to do.
Yeah.
He's said that essentially, at least 2 times that I could, kind of recall in this episode. Also last week when he looks over at, the mysterious woman, he's just like, look, let me do this. Like I need to, atone for, so on and so forth. And
Someone's got to pay the price, bro.
and then, so
McGoth.
he goes on and he says like, look, he goes, I'm prepared. He goes, unless I stand on that stage, the world will not take notice, and there must be officers, ambassadors, and journalists from around the globe in that audience, and crucially, the Eldian civilians who are killed, myself included. They must be mourned He goes, as victims of an unforeseen attack, right? An unforeseen attack.
Unforeseen.
Right? He goes, if I escape, right? He goes, if I escape and people die, right? The world's not going to rally, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes on to go ahead and say, Commander Magath notices there's that respect that he gains from Willy, where he's like, okay, this guy is really willing to go ahead and lay it all on the line.
He's got some resolve to it.
Like, respect, you know? We kind of see that in expression that he gives, you know, over during the episode. As a matter of fact, Commander Magath literally extends his hand out, you know? Like, again, I don't think Commander Magath is like trying to go ahead and be chummy and make friends.
That's his bestie, dude.
You know?
Like, please don't get on that stage,
I know.
bro.
I know. He's like, you're the only Eldian I fuck with, bro.
I know. Please don't.
There's going to be one more, and it's going to be much later on the line. He's going to be another asshole person. He's going to be very different from Willy.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Commandant, and I can't wait to go.
Another friendship that's just
It's just going to be me.
destined for
It's going to be
death.
me and Zach. Zach's going to be like, and I'm going to be like,
Yeah, you guys just gonna be growling at each other.
Lady Titan.
Yeah.
So that'll So Magath's gonna lose his bestie, but eventually he'll find his true soulmate.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right.
They were married in a previous life.
So
Yeah.
they go in, they shake hands, and again, you know,
Find you in every life.
Commander Magath, he goes like, "Look, I fully believe Eldian race was spawned by the devil." And then this line, he goes, "But I'm just as sure that we're devils ourselves."
Yeah.
Interesting.
At least he's fucking aware.
I know. You
Yeah.
know what? Work.
And then, of course, Aaron arrives, and we're going to go ahead and continue to talk about the devastation that happens. And yeah, you guys ready?
You guys thought I got a break? Fucking wrong.
You guys, you don't get one.
Nope, not at all. All right.
One more time.
Talk louder, slave.
Here we go, guys. We're going to continue on with the story. This is, again, the Warhammer Titan. We continue the episode as the audience in attendance run for their lives, screaming in horror. Some stare as their loved ones, friends or comrades, are crushed beneath the destruction. Aaron's AttackOnTitan turns now to look in the direction of the Marley high-ranking officers. General Calvi stares the monster in the face. Aaron then erupts in a pursuit, racing towards the military as officers flee, trying to save their lives. General Calvi doesn't move, doesn't flinch, as he's prepared to go down with the proverbial ship. Aaron then drops down like a wrestler drops an elbow from the turnbuckle. During the destruction, we see Gabi in the crossfire. Colt calls out to his fellow Titan warrior successors.
Gabi! Udo! Get up! On your feet! Hurry!
Colt physically picks up both Gabi and Udo, but Gabi notices something. Gabi notices someone. Sophia was crushed to death. Aaron continues his rampage by continuously punching the area the military was at, smashing the area to nothing. Udo now takes notice of Sophia underneath large chunks of the destroyed stage and building as he reacts in emotional pain.
Sophia! No! Sophia!
Udo frees himself from Colt, running to Sophia's body as Colt yells out to him.
Udo! You can! Listen to me!
The crowd continues to run recklessly as Udo tries to lift a chunk of building off of Sophia. Udo cries out for help from Colt.
Come and help me! We have to lift this!
But then, the stampede of audience push Udo to the ground, preventing him from trying to help Sophia's body. The stampede prevent Colt from getting to Udo as he takes cover while holding Gabi closely, trying to stay safe from the chaos from the crowd. Unfortunately, the only thing directly in front of Colt and Gabi is Sophia's crushed body, as they both stare in utter shock. We see Udo lying on the ground, getting trampled by the crowd. Gabi screams out a blood-curdling scream. That was almost on cue.
No, that was perfect. Okay, he wants to be in real bad.
As she witnesses the AttackOnTitan. There's so much death and destruction. But we see that mysterious woman standing by the stage, where the stage used to be. She's bloody and battered, as we find out that her name is Laura, the sister to Willy Tiber. Laura speaks to her brother's spirit.
You fulfilled your duty as a Tiber brother. I'm so proud of you.
She's then surrounded by the all too familiar lightning aura as she reveals herself to have Titan abilities as well. A transformation begins, getting Aaron's attention as he quickly turns to take notice. A Titan's body is beginning to create as its skeletal and muscle fibers form. But before it can complete its Titan transformation, Aaron strikes the Titan, not waiting for its full Titan evolution. Aaron uses his hardening ability to harden his knuckles as he rains down repeated strikes. Aaron shows no mercy, no sympathy, no hesitation. Aaron appears focused and appears to know his mission. Watching from the rooftop, Officer Kozlo yells out to Magath.
Commander Magath! The Warhammer Titan is getting pulverized!
Another soldier chimes in to update and ask.
Commander! The warrior unit's gone silent. General Calvi and the rest of the brass are dead, sir. Should we start evacuating? We have to fall back before we're killed. We need orders.
Kozlo yells out for orders.
Commander!
But instead, Commander Magath aims his weapon towards the attack Titan and fires a lonely bullet. The shot does literally nothing as Aaron continues his repeated rampage. Kozlo questions.
Commander?
Commander Magath explains.
It was a harmless blink, but the first shot has been fired. Our counterattack's begun. I never thought they'd make such a grand entrance. What's more, that looks to be the usurper of the founding Titan down there. The Attack Titan. We're up against Aaron Yeager himself.
The soldiers gasp in fear.
Just means he saved us a trip to the island. Get in position, men! Prepare for battle!
The soldiers understand their orders now as they all get in position. Aaron continues his assault on the Warhammer Titan until the Warhammer sparks an attack, creating a large spike piercing through the Attack Titan's body. The large spike sends Aaron's body to the sky, displaying him for all to see. Meanwhile, in Liberio, the drunk man has returned. Sheesh! What's all the commotion about? The merchant woman grabs a hold of the drunk man and tells him,
Don't just stand there. We have to run.
but both of them are crushed from falling debris. Aaron's Attack Titan, stuck on a pike, looks up, noticing the Warhammer Titan standing on its feet. Commander Magath orders his soldiers.
Now, I don't want any of you forgetting. The first attack that pierced the enemy came from my gun.
In the blood-covered streets, as children cry out to their lost loved ones, we see Colt carrying Udo, accompanied by Gabi. Colt reacts to what's happening.
Shit! What is this? The whole town's like a battlefield.
Gabi asks Colt about Udo's status.
Is he okay?
We see Udo, covered in blood, showing no response in Colt's arms. Colt tells Gabi.
No, we need to get him to a hospital.
Gabi expresses concern for Udo as Colt continues to process the sudden attack. Colt then screams out to the hollow streets.
Falco! Where are you?
To be continued. Damn.
Yikes. Bro did train under Cobra Kai.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
So, obviously, as we go ahead and explain, as you guys listen to, us tell the story, this by no means gives you the actual illustration as to what the fuck's happening. When you go ahead and you watch the episode, and again, I go ahead and recommend that you guys go ahead and rewatch, of course, right? Anytime we go ahead and we're covering an episode, it would be cool if you guys were not to give you guys homework assignments or anything, but this is a pretty cool homework assignment to do, is just to go ahead and watch the episode that we're going to cover.
Yeah, go watch Udo get fucking stomped out.
Just kind of refresh your memory and stuff, and you watch it and you go ahead and you see that this is destruction that we haven't seen pretty much to the point, right? Where, I guess you can argue, of course, season 1, obviously episode 1, that breach and stuff, but I mean, that was Titans that were doing the destruction here, right?
Now we know that this is purposeful Aaron is like full on diving, both elbows out.
Yeah.
Into the stands, just trying to like belly
So
flop.
at that point,
onto
he's trying to
everyone.
eliminate every bit of that military.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, let me just get everyone I can.
And so something we didn't talk about early on over in the first part was that, you know, these essentially are like military members that were kind of, you know, you can, I don't, it sucks to say, but military members that you can sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine just like,
There is
like-
a hierarchy in military.
like being chosen just to go ahead and be like, these guys are probably sitting there like, damn, we got some good seats, man. Like,
I know.
I wonder why they chose us to go ahead. We
got some really good seats.
I wonder why I'm so
Right
special.
after that
today.
conversation where Willy was like, okay, well, you're going to need to get rid of some.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Just get ready to hire more.
Yeah,
Rebuild,
exactly.
bro. Rebuild.
Exactly. And so these are all
Okay,
the
well, we
people
can get rid
that
of those ones, I guess.
These are all the pawns. And among the many pawns that are there sitting in these bleachers is General Calvi. What do we make
love
of General
watching that
Calvi?
shit.
What do we make of him? We understand, we've talked about him before. He's very pompous. He's just this kind of like, you know, kind of
Full of
ego,
himself,
sarcastic,
racist.
very racist. Yeah,
Very racist. I think he knew exactly why he got put in that seat the moment he was hired.
Yeah.
And he was just like, they left me here to die.
he literally was just like,
They wanted me to die.
and he didn't even move.
He
right?
did not even blink. Bro just he died the moment he
He's
saw
too bitter.
Aaron.
All of the other pawns went on to go ahead and just start trying to run as, you know, they couldn't avoid it, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But at least they're trying.
They did their best.
But it didn't fucking matter. They were done for. The way, so
Aaron should have ran up and like side body slammed into the building.
You know, he should have done like
the
a
way Aaron literally like turned, noticed where they were, and then just went like, you know, just like full on, like, think about a like some sort of race and you get into your like marathon stance or whatever. You get into your racing stance, right? You get into, or you know, you got to place your foot over on the block, hand up, whatever.
We're about
this
to
and
run
that.
100 meter.
Like Aaron in that just that second blink of an eye, just like, whew, you know, full on
Yeah.
sprint towards those bleachers.
I wanted to bring that up and tie that into the anime law breaking this motherfucker did.
Yeah.
Because that all of that just goes to show Aaron's probably thinking, if these motherfuckers don't save me, I need to do as much damage
I need
as
to
I
act
fucking
fast.
can
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I need to act fast.
And that's why he sees the Warhammer and he's like, you fucking thought.
I know. I
like-
can't let you
Yeah.
transform. I'm sorry. I got to end this right now.
Yeah, and then again, just like he did with the military, was just repeated attacks,
Yeah.
one after the other. Same thing with
If
the
only he
Warhammer.
fucking knew. If only he
Yeah.
fucking knew how that shit worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Lara, because she looked
So we get a
messed
name.
up as hell
She looked like she got
at the
flung
end
a
of that.
bit.
Like,
Yeah.
gah.
Squish.
We got a name, right? So we understand now. We get some, again, more just clarity here, more information, right? This isn't just some mysterious woman who's dressed up over as a maid who just happens to go ahead and be there, almost like on standby, waiting for, you know, some sort of command. Like, this is Willy's sister. Like, that's crazy, right?
She plays
And-
the role well.
And, you know, she's watching, she's literally witnessing her brother presenting
Sacrifice
something and
himself,
sacrificing
yeah.
himself, right? Like, that's got to be difficult for any family member, right? You go ahead and you see,
And
like,
you know she had an idea too, because while she's staring at him.
well, she knows and stuff, which is why she even expresses how, you know, she's like, what, proud of him and stuff, you know, right? I can't remember her exact words, but let me see if I can find
Fulfilling
them.
his duty as a Tyler or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got to be difficult for, like, again, we talked about kind of like the type of family and stuff, you know, they appear to be very close and stuff, you know, and, you know, with Laura, she, we don't know how close, we don't know her relationship and stuff, you know, we understand she is now the Warhammer user for now.
For now.
Yep.
She obviously is, and we're going to talk about it next week, but she's obviously just way in over her head.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't know who she's messing with. And
She's not war tested, bro. She doesn't know how to fight.
Now, would things be different if Mr. Willy was the Warhammer?
You think Willy knows how to fight?
I think Willy.
He'd have to go through lots of training, but I think he.
I don't think it mattered. You're right.
I think if Willy had the Warhammer, he would put in the effort to learn how to use it.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But to your first question, I don't think it would have mattered.
I don't think it would have either. He's not bred for fighting.
Yeah.
He's bred for sitting on his pompous ass and eating tea.
You know what? The Tybers are probably just good debaters. You know,
They're yappers.
they're definitely master debaters.
They're charismatic
Master
manipulators. Jesus. The jerk made off, so whatever the fuck those competitions are.
So yeah, I guess yeah, it wouldn't have mattered who was the Warhammer. Aaron was gonna go ahead and fucking take that shit, which is I forgot who mentioned it, but I think maybe you're both on the right track. But we talked about like how the Tybers even got there, but it pretty much was kind of like smoke out the Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
It was to go ahead and try to just get and claim that power, that ability, and I think that as Aaron is just brutally pulverizing the military into essentially just nothing,
Rumble is
right?
base.
Yeah.
The moment he hears that transformation,
Dust.
he's probably like, "Oh fuck yeah, let's go!" Right?
I know.
Yeah.
You probably, pardon my French, you probably got a little hard on when you heard that lightning go. He was like, new power up.
I know,
know.
seriously. Cool. And then,
I want to know what you do.
And then, like you were talking about, though, it's like no hesitation, right? No fear, and it's just like I need to. Essentially, I know my mission is I need to finish it as quickly as possible because I don't know if my comrades are going to go ahead and help me. And yeah, he does not hesitate at all. Does not wait for the Warhammer to fully, evolve into its transformation. Yeah,
He broke law number
Didn't matter.
1. Let your opponent get just as powerful so it's a fair fight. He said,
Nah, he's like, I
"Nah."
gotta get this done.
He said, lights out. I'm in enemy territory.
I
It's
gotta do as
already
much
not
as
a
I
fair
can.
fight.
So let's talk about some of the devastation, right? So some of these people
can
are
we
just
talk
getting
about one of my
crushed
favorite
by
scenes?
rubble.
Yo.
Zofia, we just see legs, like
Yeah.
Bro, Udo's so stupid. I'm sorry. I don't care what. If you see that she is flattened, bro.
Why- what
Yeah,
is he
how
trying to
is he
do?
a warrior?
Like he's
Shouldn't
trying
he be trained
to.
on what to do?
Yeah.
Like when his comrades
He's
die?
the smart
war.
one?
Yeah,
He's
isn't he
seen
the smart
war.
one?
He's literally smart. He's
There's a
been on the
big-ass
battlefield.
boulder.
He's seen
There's
death.
a Patrick
He
Star-sized
must have
rock
loved her.
on Zophia's
He
head.
must have
Seriously.
loved her. He must have loved her.
Maybe.
He had to.
Yeah, maybe.
He saw those legs and that skirt.
Sophia would smack me when I'd look at her funny.
Because Colt and Gabi, they know damn well they're not helping. They didn't know she's
Yeah.
Yo,
gone.
Gabi was
Help me lift
fucking
this rock.
frozen.
We need to run, dude.
Gabi was like in shock until she let that scream out. She wasn't doing much.
Yeah.
And then hearing
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that this dude literally gets trampled over by
Hear that, Eddie?
by the crowd
like
and
a
stuff and
villager
all
getting
that.
hit in Minecraft.
Yeah, and then so we don't get confirmation yet, but who's gonna survive getting fucking trampled and shit and all that and stuff,
Yeah, you can like hear him.
Yeah.
It's exactly how he sounded,
Yep.
actually.
Oh, like
job,
spot on. Round of applause for Lexi. Spot on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bloodier.
Lexi, you want to give us that blood curdling Gabi scream?
No. I'm gonna get myself
I
more of a
was like
headache.
trying.
I figured you didn't want to, which is why I didn't put it in the
Thank
notes.
you.
So I was like, okay, because that's.
I was like this close. I was like 2 seconds away from pulling it up, and I was like, no, I missed it.
Oh man.
I didn't want to stop you. You had a flow going. Well, now that we are stopped,
Yeah.
I can play for you.
Is this Chop Chop? Ah, yeah. That's
You
the,
hear that?
That's the Warhammer.
Elk yell right there.
Yeah.
I love Chopper.
Yeah. Shout out to Chopper.
But yeah.
Yeah. So again, these people they're getting crushed by the rubble from the building as it literally just like erupted like a volcano because of Aaron's transformation and stuff, and and it's
Continue talking when you use the restroom.
Yeah.
we see that the drunk man again.
And
Oh my God, wait a second. Hold on. This dude just killed. She literally tried to save him.
Yeah. I know.
Should
It
have
sucks.
just left his ass.
He
We need to
literally
get out of here.
he literally was dead weight.
Yeah.
Like you're like, what's all the commotion about?
Bro.
That's one of those bodies that Willy was talking about deserve to die.
Yeah.
It's okay for the many.
We're cool with that. He should have sat front row, honestly.
Yeah. He should have been sitting
All right,
right
I'm gonna
next
use
to
Go
right next
for
to
it.
Calvi.
Next to Calvin.
You're pretty nice, buddy.
Hey, so you're the general? How you doing, man?
How'd they put you out here with me, man?
I know. I love doing the drunk cool bar voice.
Come on here, Meshi.
Yeah, that
Go
dude.
get a drink.
I mean, the fact that they went ahead and they kind of like did a little callback, brought him back, just for him to go like, you know,
Splattered. And the merchant lady, she was
sucks
nice.
for her, man. That sucks. Yeah, she was nice. Remember, she went ahead and she gave like that basket of bread over to the Titan, you know, trainees and stuff and all that.
Meanwhile, Udo,
Like, we're so proud of you guys. Oh my gosh. And like, hey, don't mind him. He's just a drunk perv. Leave the children alone. This and that stuff, you know, and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden she's like, look, we gotta go. We gotta run.
as they're getting crushed by boulders, Udo's just fucking.
Yeah, Udo was just getting.
Dude, Cole should have, honestly, if I were Cole, I'm not grabbing his body. I'm like, he's not making it. There's no hospital nearby. There's a big Titan there. It is over.
Yeah.
I can't afford to carry him.
I mean, at that point, it's the first thing that should come to his mind, of course, is wherever the episode ends. Falco.
Where the fuck is my brother at?
Literally, you're like, yo, what the? Where are you, Falco? And
Little does he know Falco's at 0.0.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh.
He's over in the fucking epicenter of just like,
Yeah.
he was at the core. He didn't want to go to the core.
He's in the eye of the storm, bro.
Seriously.
Just laying under Rhino. Rhino's fucking trying to protect him the best he can.
Yeah. Let's talk about Magath.
Dude, okay, so it was
He
his
talked
episode.
about humor a little
It
bit,
was his
right?
episode.
Yeah.
I love this. He's like, no one's even hit him yet. Doesn't say a word. Doesn't say a fucking word. He's just
just like-
realizing he's like, well, if no one's gonna take the shot, boom.
It's just one. All right. I fired the first shot.
The counterattack has officially begun. The Warhammer hasn't thrown a punch yet.
I know, seriously.
No one's shot anything. No one's hit. No human being has even gone up and tried to fucking stab him. No soldier is doing their job right
The
now.
way Aaron shows no reaction whatsoever, and he just like, you know, and then Magath still takes credit. He's like, I want you all to remember, I was the first one to pierce the attack.
The first
type."
shot to pierce the enemy came from my gun.
Yeah.
I love that dude. This is like the turning point where I'm like, Magath, he's a cool dude. I'd have a beer with Magath.
You can see the panic starting to go ahead and set in a little bit with the other officers,
yes,
the other Marleyan officers. Kozlo,
Yes.
right?
Mr. Cosmo.
Yeah, Kozlo's like, Commander, we need orders, and all the other soldiers are like, yo, what's going on here? Like, we haven't heard from the warrior unit. You know, we don't know who's
We
survived,
have
who's
nothing.
alive.
We have
Like, are we gonna go ahead and retreat? Or what's our orders? And you got Magath, getting ready to go ahead and try to,
He's like, shut the fuck up so I can hit this sick trick shot.
he's trying to pull a Gabi. Sorry, bro.
Jacob said, made me cry, man. The monster roared. Not that he's badass, because he is, with the confusion and how deadly he is and how it's scary he couldn't control it. And how he's talking about Chopper.
Chopper. Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Die. He said, die. How he could die.
How it could dead. Yeah, you were right the first time.
Fuck, Eddie McGosh, shut the fuck up. Hey, hey. You can't tell me that isn't a badass motherfucker. You can tell he uses his fucking brain when he's like, no one's hit him yet. I'll take the first shit. No.
I know, seriously. He's like, I'm the one who hit him first. Everybody remember that. It was
I was
me.
the first one.
Okay.
I was the first shot fired from the Marleyan side during the war.
Yeah. As a legend will live on.
No one's gonna fucking remember he shot that bullet.
not one soul.
All the people who remember he shot that bullet, they're gonna get stepped on.
One thing too is that as he continues, he tells the officers that like, look, like this is literally the founding Titan. He's here. This is the attack Titan. We're up against Eren Yeager himself. And he goes, look, it just means he saved us a trip. You know? Like, again, we talked about the humor that Magath has and stuff. Like in a moment where there's literally destruction and chaos around you,
And so much death.
it's nice to know that Magath's a little lighthearted. It's nice to know that he's.
I think this is his
he got
coping
some humor.
mechanism.
Yeah, I know.
This is for sure his coping mechanism.
Yeah, he doesn't show that he's spooked or he's scared or that he's frightened or that he's weak at any moment. He
Yeah.
just wants to, like, when in doubt, just go ahead and just bullshit. When
Take a
in
little
doubt,
joke.
go ahead and just, like,
Coming up for air every now and again.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, yeah. So Magath,
Occupy the war.
shout out to him. Lex, me and Zach were talking about how Magath's going to go down in history as the first person to go ahead and strike in
Yeah.
Pierce.
He just
First shot
has
to
to
pierce the enemy
always.
came from my gun.
Yeah.
He just loves the dramatics.
Now we don't have to fucking sail out to him.
Yeah.
Get to work, man.
You know.
I want to ask you guys, Warhammer transformation much slower than the other Titans?
I think
I think
it
she's
is.
just out of training.
I think it's the training, and I think it's also the detachment.
True that.
Because it's not like she can just go from core out. She's going from core extension cable to body.
Yeah, she needs that power source. She's like, where are the jumper cables?
I know.
No,
I wonder if she's even ever transformed.
I don't think she's seen war. I don't think she's seen battle.
If this is the first time, then no wonder Willy's like, no, just let me die. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
you're just
good.
gonna embarrass me. I don't want to
good,
watch you
man.
die. I'd rather die first.
Yeah. And for all we know, maybe he's trying to go ahead and save his sister as well. I mean, just thinking about it in not kind of a humor way. Like, I mean, if he's thinking about, like, if she were to transform, would she be able to hold up against the founding Titan? No. So I don't want her to transform. Let me die. You go ahead and just try to go back to try to protect, our family, right?
And guess what she does? Doesn't do that.
Doesn't do that, no.
And Aaron was like, ooh,
Oh, I forgot. I
I'll-
can make
I'll
myself a giant spike.
I would like myself to have a spike as well.
Aaron's like hanging there looking.
I'll
like,
take that. I just need like a nutcracker somewhere nearby. Oh, there he is.
We were like, speaking of Jaw Titan.
I know.
I feel like Aaron's on the spike and he's like, this is pretty good shit.
I know,
No.
seriously.
He's like, oh, I could totally use
This
this,
is
for some
good
shit.
stuff. I would love to have something like this. All right.
That's the moment where Aaron's like, I know what I'm gonna look like.
Yep.
Because he does get stabbed and he's kind of there for a second. I bet you he is there just like,
This is pretty
Yeah,
good.
not bad.
She got barbed wire on
bad.
the exterior and a spiral and
know.
everything.
Yeah.
this is nice.
Jacob goes, not gonna lie, a wired Titan, kind of lame. No wonder my boy Aaron showed no mercy.
Yeah, she tried to be clever.
It doesn't have to be wired, but
Clearly, she doesn't really have that much training. I don't know
Yeah.
what the opportunity is for
Yeah.
the
I
Tigers
think that
to
if
train the Warhammer.
the Warhammer was obviously more trained, then
It
better
would've been
job
a-
of hiding your power source.
Yeah.
yeah. Hide it in like the calf or something, or in like the
I would have loved to
Like
see
the shoulder.
Aaron grab the cord, spin it,
like
and
Annie.
then just fucking douche, and you just see all the crystal crack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
That would have been a great shot.
What happens if you go out there and you're just kind of like a little too hard, and all of a sudden just a quick little like, and then a
Splatter.
and then
Yeah, and it starts like
what
it's
Aaron's
just.
gonna do?
at that point, Aaron's gonna pull a Rod Rice.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pull a Rod Rice.
Start licking that shit up.
Yeah, and turns into the source of all living matter. Just
Yeah, and then he, yeah. And he starts crawling around.
worm. Mika, would you love me if I turned into a giant worm?
I know. You still love me if I was a worm.
that's some Tokyo.
love me if
That's
I
some
was the
Tokyo
source of
ghoul
all
shit right
living
there.
Right. You'd love me if I was a centipede.
Shout out Kaneki. Alrighty, that's what we got for you guys.
Would you put me in my ear if I was a centipede?
Crazy stuff is happening out over in Marley, and season 4 is really taking a sudden turn.
Yeah.
Where like the scoreboard goes back to parody.
Yeah, Parody is in the lead again.
Yeah.
Yeah, parodies
Currently,
definitely.
and we're not even done with the episode,
No.
so we'll see.
Parody
Not at
just
all.
pulled up like Kanye, or not Kanye, like Kendrick at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Aaron said,
I thought you were gonna say like Kanye when Taylor won that award a while
Yeah.
ago.
oh,
That'd
you
be
know what?
another-
Yeah.
You know, one of those.
When he saved it from Beyonce, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Willy's
yeah,
over
when
there
he
on
saved
stage.
her from Beyonce.
Willy's on stage, and next thing
everyone's
you know,
afraid of
yeah,
Beyonce.
Exactly. Yeah, it works. Willy's like Taylor Swift. Yeah, guys.
Same locks.
And there
right?
you go. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate our friends that
Ginger
join us
swamp.
live. You guys are amazing. I mean, we love you guys so much. We hope that you guys obviously are very, very safe, and we hope that you guys spread the love and positivity. And just grateful for you guys. If you guys do not follow us over on Instagram, please follow us at Attack to Talk Podcast, where you guys will get all of your information when it comes to the podcast. We will go ahead and post you guys when we will be. What should I say? Lexi will post you guys when we'll be streaming live. Lexi will go ahead and post the Q&A,
AJ will remind me of it.
and Lexi will post the poll questions. And Jacob, thank you so much for a potential poll question for this week.
Yeah, thank you,
We
man.
might go ahead and post that, and shout out to you guys. And again, anytime you guys go ahead and bring certain ideas to the table over in chat, like it helps us out, of course. And again, like I talked about in the start of this or early on in the podcast, I appreciate it when you guys go ahead and chime in with your questions,
We
with
love
your insight and knowledge, and
interactions.
with everything. And even when we go on to go ahead and break down certain parts of whatever the episode is, I like you guys, your comments and stuff. Yeah,
I like the
it's
input.
cool. Exactly. And Eddie says March is passing by slow, very relaxing. As I was like talking
we're already-
about.
I know this morning we were
6
like,
days into it.
But it's good that it's passing by slow for you, bro. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So I feel like March is kind of a blur for me.
It's full of madness.
But,
one might say.
yeah, there you go, March Madness. Love it. And
420.
That's in April, my boy.
420 isn't 420 going to be Easter?
Is it going to be Easter? Okay,
Check the. Let's see. Easter's
I'm
about
going to
be-
have to take a couple
Easter's
walks
about to be lit,
on
huh?
Easter.
Yo, wait, what?
April
We're getting
20th
turned for Jesus?
is indeed Easter.
Easter 420.
Easter is on.
If Jesus is gonna rise again, then so shall I, brother.
Ain't no way they're letting such a glorious holiday be the same day as Easter.
That's crazy. 420.
Preach, sister. Preach, sister.
That's
What
crazy.
a glorious fucking holiday.
So start making your preparations now. Yeah, that's pretty.
gonna make a
That's pretty
bunny
fucking
shaped
wild.
joint.
He's
Jacob
just
says
playing.
April
I don't
24th.
smoke. Not yet, Eddie. Not yet.
Damn, the Golden Boy says April 24th is Jacob's birthday, and he will be turning
Oh my
24.
God, it's your
Mamba
golden
year.
birthday.
Mamba year. That's so cool.
Amen.
And,
I'm in my Mamba year too.
Eddie goes, I deadass thought about throwing a 420 rave. That's crazy.
I'd mob
Throw a
up, bro.
420 rave over on
I'd
Easter.
mob up. We'll go until morning. We'll rise again for the next one.
I'm probably gonna fall asleep an hour in.
Yeah,
We'll have some crash pads on the side.
Yeah, we need some crash pads.
That's crazy.
snacks,
Some cots and shit.
water and chapstick.
Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. Alrighty.
Funny.
Again, follow us on Instagram. Follow us over on YouTube. I should say subscribe on YouTube, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Ring that bell. Like, comment, subscribe.
We do get some comments actually
Oh, yeah, throw
over
a
on
comment
YouTube.
in there.
So
Yeah.
we've been getting some comments, and it's not much, but like
I'll try to thumb through them and take some screenshots.
yeah, if you want to, we get a comment here or there, and stuff, and but actually, I think I can go ahead and look to see what the last comment was, and
Because you get the alerts on it, right?
on Spotify I do.
On Spotify, you get.
I
alerts
have to
for
go.
comments.
I have to go through the actual like app for where Nate. Shout out Nate, by the way, for
Shout out Nate, dude.
Love you, Nate.
so some comments we got recently, right?
Oh,
Our episode last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
has a comment saying, "No, King Fritz is not
I
good.
just saw that one too.
He is
There you
literally
go.
like the Kim the second sung of the AOT world."
Yeah, makes sense.
That's after we were like, "Hey, you know what? Maybe he's not that bad of a guy."
Fuck no.
Because he did like one nice thing. He did something bad and he came around in the
Someone
end.
gave us a W comment on episode 153.
Nice.
Just W.
Yeah, W. Thanks, Gideon Premium.
Love it.
Zebra Cake says, "I'm in the living room."
Whoa!
Wow, she teleported.
Whoa, okay, awesome.
You stalking us?
Yeah. Very, very cool. So that means we got to get to a close. No,
He's
again,
like, I'm waiting,
I know,
AJ.
seriously.
That's code for dude. Wrap it up.
I know, seriously.
Nico wants to see you.
No.
All right, guys. Just in closing, as I always do, I want to say
Oh,
again,
Batbat
thank you.
commented saying Psyduck is a water type.
Psyduck
is a water
yeah,
type.
Psyduck is water and psychic.
Just water.
Not is it just water? Really?
No, he's psychic as well, isn't he?
Doesn't he have confusion?
Yeah, but he's just water.
Oh,
Oh,
I
really?
think Golduck's water psychic. I could be wrong there. Golduck could also be just flat water.
Someone else commented, Rhina is not a good leader, I fear. Rhina is not a good leader.
At least when he's
you go.
not in parody.
we appreciate your comments, so keep them coming.
I know. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
um,
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for you guys.
And I remember Jacob's code. I know we lost it, but I remember it.
Okay, Lexi remembers it, and I just want to say again, guys, your continuous support means the world to me, and for the loyal friends that we have that join us each and every week over in chat, you guys are incredible. We love you guys so much, and for the loyal listeners that listen to us when the episodes are published, I just appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys so much, and it just means the world that you guys go ahead and support us, and you take time out of your guys' busy schedules and day
Yeah, you guys are
to
freaking
just just show your appreciation to us, and we hope that you enjoy the content. And don't be afraid to go ahead and join us whenever we go ahead and we stream live. We've been streaming live on Thursdays. Thursdays is the day. Attack the Talk Thursdays has been when we are streaming over on Twitch. So do not be afraid to go and join us. If you guys are available, please come on in and chat, say hi, and just chat with us.
Yeah.
We always appreciate more friends over in chat. You guys obviously are very well, if you've been listening to us, of our OGs, our main friends that follow us over and join us in chat each and every week. So you guys can go ahead and join us and talk to not just the three of us on screen, but also the friends that we have in chat as well. Either way, thank you guys so much for the support. Like Lexi said, look out for those future Q&As, look out for the future poll questions, and it's so cool that we were able to get as many votes as we did.
I know, that was
That's
really
so
cool,
cool.
guys.
I know.
We
nice
appreciate
that.
your
Community's
guys.
grown is nice.
That was really cool.
We appreciate that.
We're all just nerds.
So
I know we're all just big nerds. Love anime.
keep voting, and don't be afraid to go and answer those responses to some of the questions we go ahead and we ask you guys. Sometimes they're deep thinkers, but we'll see if we have something good for you guys this week. So this is AJ signing out, saying I love you guys so much. Spread the love and positivity. Love, hate. Eddie says, may you guys all have a great week. Thank you so much for that, Eddie. And I hope to see you guys back here with us next week as we continue talking about AOT. So love you guys. Be safe. I'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. The code for this week is brought to us by Jacob, of course, every week. Code W Trio, because that's what y'all are, is what he said. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob.
And have a safe week, guys. I'll be a little bit late next episode, as per every other Thursday, but I'll still be there, and I'll miss all you guys.
Yep.
All right, guys. Micah 6:8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God.
Amen.
Amen.
Awesome.
Love you
Thanks,
guys. Have a
guys.
safe week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.